afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Herb Klindt Field on the campus of Rocky Mountain College here in Billings, Montana, alongside Dave Riley. Kyle Riley with you for the play-by-play as we've got homecoming 2025 for the Rocky Mountain College Battlin Bears. They are taking on the Montana Western Bulldogs, who are taking the field now with the Montana flag out front and the U.S. flag and Dogs flag following behind. We've got to talk to them about the etiquette thing. Anyway, they are the road team in the white jerseys with the red letters, black trim, Bulldogs across the front. And we are waiting for Rocky Mountain College's team to join us on the field. Dave, Rocky is 0-2 on the year. Last weekend up in Butte, they took on the Diggers of Montana Tech. And they had over 400 yards of offense, but turnovers played a factor in losing by a score of 34-23.
Yeah, you got to hang on to the ball if you don't want to get behind and end up losing the ball game. And, of course, Montana Tech, the team to watch here in the Frontier Conference this season, they look to try to run the table. They are a common opponent of the Bulldogs, and Rocky is. Both teams have played Montana Tech, and both have lost to Montana Tech in preseason games. Now, we're still in the preseason. We haven't started the Frontier Conference schedule yet. There are 4 Frontier Conference games coming up later on, and we'll have at least one of those here at home, if not 2 of them, here at the Rocky Bowl. And we got a beautiful day today for football, although it's going to be a little warm out there, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be fairly warm. There is nary a cloud in the sky, except off into the distant west. See some cumulus clouds out there, but over the field, there are no clouds whatsoever. Blue skies, as not a lot of smoke to speak of as well. Fortunately, the smoke from the forest fires in the area has died down, but we are looking to have a good matchup here. Western coming in with a record of 1-1 on the year. They are ranked 9th in the first week of the regular season top 25 power poll. They were off last weekend, but the Bulldogs played host to MSU Northern 2 weekends ago on the 6th, and they ran away with that one, winning by a score of 52-0. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our pregame interview with head coach Chris Stutzree. You're watching the Battlin Bears homecoming football game, brought to you by Urk Hotels here on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel.
Well, it's homecoming 2025 for your Battlin Bears. We're getting set for another great matchup between Montana Western and Rocky Mountain College. Time for our pregame interview with the head coach of the Battlin Bears, Stutz. I know it's been a tough first couple of games. Let's talk about the game last weekend up at Tech. You guys had some great opportunities. You had over 400 yards of offense, just come up on the short side.
Yeah, we can't get in the hole. We can't, spot a great team, 20 points, and you can't turn the ball over. But I liked our steps from week 1 to week 2. Our guys battled. I mean, even on the sideline, they never got too high, too low. And so I was very happy with what we're doing, and we had every opportunity to go win the game, but hats off to Montana Tech for pulling it out.
Well, of course, you don't have any easier opponent this week as you take on Montana Western. They're coming off of a bye, but 2 weeks ago they had a 52-0 blowout against Northern. What do you know about these?
They're going to be well coached. They're physical. They do their job. I think they're one of the best teams in the conference of doing their job consistently, whether it's on offense or defense. Offensively, they're led by, all-conference player Mike Plandry, and then all-American wide receiver Eli Norse. And so we've got to do a good job on offense of sustaining drives, keeping the ball out of their hands, and making sure we're putting points on the scoreboard.
2 consecutive weeks, you're taking on 2 teams in the top 15. Now, granted, they're not conference, so that's good from that standpoint, but is it really good to have this tough of competition this early?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we want to play the best competition, and it's still in-state battles. It still has recruiting ties. It still has, all those different things. So we're excited for it. I love playing top teams and top coaches and things like that. And I think we've had a great week of practice. I think our guys have responded really well. They see the progress that is being made. We're getting guys older every day as we go. And so we're excited for this opportunity, especially on homecoming and here at Herb Klindt Field.
Speaking of homecoming, what are you going to tell the seniors here today about the game?
We've talked a little bit each and every day, but today, the pregame talk will be, hey, we're going to see a lot of different people back, and it's important to win for them, but it's still important for us to worry about the game, go play by play, and make sure we're doing everything we can to get a W.
You had mentioned a little bit ago about playing in-state teams and how part of the factor that plays into that is recruiting to come to Rocky as opposed to going to Tech or Western. Talk a little bit more about that, about how hard is it to recruit somebody to come to Rocky over one of the other schools?
Well, I think when you talk about private education to state education, we've just got to hit on what we provide, and I think what we provide is very good. And so finding the right fits for the kids and understanding how we go about things and our core curriculum and things like that. But with recruiting, it's kind of funny. If a kid wants engineering, he's probably not going to pick Rocky.
Sure.
That's okay.
Sure.
But you see kids all over the state that, like here in Billings, maybe they want to stay close to home, or maybe they want to get away. So there's a lot of factors that play into it. But we feel like every year in and year out, we get a lot of great talent out of this state, and our state numbers on our roster have grown tremendously since my first year.
With recruiting, do you have prospective students that'll come during the season to games and so forth? How does that?
Yeah, so every home game we'll have recruits that are here. Today we've got 15 recruits. We try to keep it at about 10 to 15.
Okay.
I want them to be very personable. We're not a coaching staff or a school that really just throws out offers left and right to kids. We want to do our homework, make sure they're the right fit for us. We're the right fit for them.
Sure.
And that's why our retention rate is really good, is because kids make the decision for Rocky football and want to be here.
Well, let's get back to today's game. I know you were saying we have got a few players that are injured after the last week. Big changes.
Yeah, this week we'll be down a couple defensive linemen. They may surprise me in pregame and want to go, but we've got to be smart about it. We understand what's going on, where we're headed in the season, things like that. But John Aragon, Dakota Sage, Jabari Madison on the D line will most likely be out unless it's last minute thing. And then Luke Holcomb will be under center for us at quarterback, a seasoned guy, a senior that has a lot of reps. So we have a lot of confidence in those guys. And luckily, these first two games, we've been able to rotate our defensive line quite a bit. And so it's just next man up mentality, and they're going to give great effort and do their job and best their ability.
Absolutely. Is there any keys you can take away when you have an opponent that's played on a common opponent, like they played Tech a couple weeks ago? You guys played them last week. Can you take anything away from that?
Yeah, I think we really watch a lot of that film. We watch film from what they've done to us in the past, offense and defensively. And so we kind of look at, hey, what's their base? What do they try to do? How can we attack that, whether it's offense or defense? And really hone in on that. But the Western and Tech game, I mean, that's a big rivalry game. I think there was a couple miscues from special teams by Montana Western. I'm sure they're getting cleaned up and taken care of with Coach Norse over there. And so you take that away, it's a different ball game possibly. And so very similar to what happened with us at Tech, but hats off to Tech for taking advantage of those things. But yeah, we look at film and we make sure, all week long for hours and hours and hours, and how can we tweak things without, the things that people have to remember is we still have to understand these kids are going to school. We only get a certain amount of time with them. So if it takes us 20 hours to come up with a game plan and the kids have to execute it 10 hours to the best of their ability, I don't think that's very smart coaching. So you try to look at different tweaks or same as, or maybe this is a little bit different, but and then with number 2 quarterback in there, you try to not put too much on his plate.
Sure. Biggest key for the victory today?
We've got to take care of the football, sustain drives on offense, and then defensively, we've got to make sure that we can keep Landry in the pocket, and then try to limit what Eli Norse does.
Well, Coach, looking forward to today's game. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Head Coach Chris Nussream of your Battlin Bears. When we come back, we'll be ready for kickoff. It's Homecoming 2025 on the Battlin Bears Athletics YouTube channel.
All right, welcome back to Herb Klindt Field. It is homecoming 2025 here at Herb Klindt Field. The Battlin Bears 0-2 on the year, looking for their first win of the season. No better time to do it than during homecoming. And they're taking on the 1-1 Montana Western Bulldogs. Western, they are 9. Ranked number 9 in the 2025 Week 1 Power Poll. We just had the coin toss out at midfield. Toby Walker and his son Owen and Soren of Black Hills Federal Credit Union went out there to toss the coin. Rocky captains Darius Haskin, John Aragon, Trent Novak, and Mason Browning were joined out on the field by the Western captains, John Kirkley, Michael Palantry, Chase Fitzgerald, and Keegan Muffich. And the toss was won by Western. They elected to defer, and they will kick it off to the Battlin Bears, who will be heading south to north here in the first quarter of play. Dave, you have a question?
Well, I have a defective headset. That's what I have.
We'll see if we can.
No, I'm better now.
Are you? Okay.
It came back in. Now it's gone back out.
Okay.
I'm not sure what's going on. Thought maybe it was a bad something. Yeah, it's in and out right now. So
okay.
I guess if I hear you, I hear you. If I don't, I'll look at you puzzled.
The officials have just finished their meeting on the Battlin Bear at midfield as we are getting set for kickoff. We still got 69 seconds on the pregame clock.
Well, I take a moment to send a shout out to Wally Felt, my former roommate, lives in Dillon, a former graduate of Western Montana College. He was a sports information director at Western for a number of years. He now, I believe he does a lot of fishing now. He's kind of retired, but he is undoubtedly up there watching the game along with his fans in Dillon.
You've had a few roommates over the years between here and Western.
Wally's one I remember the best. He was interesting, a lot of fun to be with. He was an announcer. We both worked at KDBM back in the day. Dillon radio station, was the voice of the Bulldogs for quite a few years. I don't know if he still broadcasts the games or not. But Rocky's set to receive the kickoff to begin this ball game.
Handling the kickoff duties, McLean Berkeley for the Bulldogs. Berkeley put the leg into it. It goes into and out of the southern end zone here past Trey Smith. And so the Battlin Bears will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line as they have the possession to start the game. Western won the toss, elected to defer. And as Coach said in the pregame interview, Luke Holcomb, the senior, 6'4", 215-pounder, will be under center. Well, most likely he'll be out of the shotgun. That's what Rocky usually does. But Holcomb, the redshirt senior out of Puyallup, Washington, played for Washington State before transferring to Rocky. He's back at quarterback this week. And right away, Rocky's going to go with the 4-receiver set to either side. In the backfield, it is Brock Ping out of the gun. Holcomb, quick look left side, passes behind his intended receiver, Haskin, as it falls incomplete.
As you said, that pass came down behind the receiver. No chance to catch it, but also no chance for an interception as the two were locked up along the line of scrimmage. No huddle offense. Rocky back up and ready to go with 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from their own 25. Opening drive of homecoming 2025. Handoff to Ping, and Ping is going to get up to about a yard past the line of scrimmage before he is brought down by a number of white Bulldog jerseys.
Brings up a 3rd and long for Rocky.
Off to stop that time around Ipa Sakalia. Third down and 9 from the 26-yard line. 14.5 left here in the opening quarter. Holcomb has 2 receivers left side and 1 to the right. Holcomb looking left. Holcomb deep down the left sideline. He's got Hoskin, and that is batted away by the defender. A nice job there on the defensive effort. I believe that was A.J. Ulrichs who was able to get a hand and bat it away.
Good defense. Yeah, good defense that time by Western. Brings up a 4th and long, and looks like Rocky's going to have to punt it away.
So Rocky goes 3 and out on their opening possession. And they will look to punt it away as Jordan Legg standing back to the sophomore. High spiraling punt's going to land at the 25 and take a rocky bounce inside the 20. Well past where the return man was. They almost looked like they were waiting for a fake punt there on 4th down. And it goes all the way down to the 20-yard line. As that is where Western will take over for the first time in the afternoon.
Nice punt by Legg that time. Western will begin work from their just inside their own 20-yard line. This will be our first look at the Bulldogs offense out on the field. High-powered offense.
Michael Blandry is their quarterback. Blandry, a senior, 6'2", 210 pounds, out of Maple Valley, Washington, played at Tahoma High School. Receiver goes in motion, come out wide left, that's a tight end. 2 receivers right side, handoff. And up in between right guard and right tackle is the running back. Check who that was. I believe it was Charlton. No, it is Humphrey on the carry. Humphrey will pick up 5 yards. And it'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 25-yard line. 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Tight end on the right side, pointing out the defensive coverage there. Blandry working out of the gun. Blandry, quick pass on the right side. It's complete at the 38-yard line. The receiver was brought down immediately, but the catch was made by Eli Norris. And that goes from the 25 to the, I'm going to spot him down at the 37, so actually lost a yard after the catch, but it's good for 12 yards. And a first down for Western.
Pass designed as a curlback that time as the wide receiver went downfield, turned around and came back for the completed pass.
It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. 2 receivers right side. Handoff to Humphreys. Humphreys got some through. He is off along the far side. He's going to be tripped up as he gets inside the 40. He will fall ahead to the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of 26 yards and a first down for Jacob Humphrey, who has now 15 carries on the year. And he's good for 56 yards after he came in. 13 carries for 25. He's now got 2 carries for 31 yards here on the afternoon. 1st and 10. Pass is low and outside the stretch. I believe the intended receiver was John Kirkland.
It actually looked like a screen pass out of the flat there, as there were blockers out in front of the wide receiver. But the pass was thrown behind him, and it goes incomplete, brings up 2nd down. 10 yards to go. The ball at the 37-yard line of Rocky.
5th play of the drive already for the Bulldogs. Fake the handoff to Humphrey. Rolling out to his left. Blandry will make the pass. It's complete at the 27-yard line. And getting his way down ahead to the 20-yard line is Norris. As that will go for, well, we're calling it 16 yards and a first down. 3rd first down already on this opening drive for the 9th-ranked Bulldogs of Montana Western. Record of 1-1 on the year. They lost up in Butte on the first game of the season to Tech, but won on their second game 2 weeks ago against Emerson Northern at home by a score of 52-0. On the end around, they fake the handoff. Landry looking back. He's looking deep into the end zone. Catch is made, but he was out of the backside of the end zone. 2 defenders there for the Battlin Bears. The intended receiver was Kirkley, and it was a good look, but just a little too deep by the time he came down. His feet were out of bounds.
Yeah, the referees were kind of taking a second look at that one, where he actually came down at. Neither referee was in good position to see it. Both had an angle from the front, and it's going to be ruled as an incomplete pass, so we have 2nd and 10, ball back out at the 21-yard line.
All right. 3 receivers right side. Palandri taking the snap. He's got pressure, rolls away from one. Now he's going to try and escape from a couple others. He's got 3 green jerseys chasing after him. He gets away, gets down to the 30. He's going to pass it, and the pass is going to be knocked down by Tutty. As Sean Tutty saw the pass come in, and he just got a big left arm out there and batted the pass down.
Yeah, the quarterback eluded 4 tacklers that time in the backfield. Had an extra amount of time for the pass. Was incomplete, and that brings up 3rd and 10 from the 21-yard line.
So that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 from the Rocky 21-yard line. Bulldogs just outside the red zone. 2 receivers split out either side. Palandri out of the gun, drops back a couple steps. Pump fakes, rolls out to his left. Now pass complete to Norris at the 15. Norris slides on ahead before he lost his footing. He gets down to the 13-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8.
He had a lot of green in front of him, but he knelt down as he caught the ball, and that ruled the play down at that point. So it brings up a big 4th down, 2 yards to go for the first down. Looks like the Bulldogs are going to go for it on 4th down.
The entire offensive unit looking over to the coaching staff. Head coach Ryan Norris, his 25th. He's the 25th head coach for Montana. 3 receivers right side. Norris goes in motion. Now he comes back out towards the right. Palandri rolling out to his right. Quick pass over at the 10-yard line. It's going to be complete. And Norris makes the catch. He's got the first down. He's knocked out of bounds at the 2-yard line. That'll be a gain of 11 and a first down. And Norris has been the favorite receiver for Palandri so far in this ball game. 4th first down. It'll be 1st and goal from the 2.
That time, the Bulldogs had 4 wide receivers out on the right-hand side on that play. A lot of targets for the quarterback.
Big fullback Aiden Lammers is in the backfield. They hand it off to Lammers, and he is going to lose a yard.
He stumbled as he hit the line of scrimmage and went down. Play was ruled down at the point where his knee touched the ground.
Bring up 2nd and goal from the 3, 9:40 and counting here in the first quarter. Splitting out wide to the right. Norris and Seth Shook. Palandri working out of the gun. He's got Lammers on his left hip. Norris goes in motion. Fake the handoff. Kind of goes straight ahead on the draw, and banging his way and getting hit across the goal line is Michael Palandri, as he will go in from 3 yards out for his 4th rushing touchdown of the year, and the Bulldogs get on the scoreboard first.
Straight up play up off of the right guard and the center. And a lot of dancing around by the quarterback as he let his line kind of clear things out in front of him, make way to get to the end zone for the first points of the ball game.
On to attempt the extra point is Berkeley. The young man out of Billings, senior Berkeley, puts a foot in it. It is plenty of distance, and it is through. And it's an early 7-0 lead with 9:16 left to go in the first quarter of play. Montana Western on top of Rocky Mountain College, 7-0. You are watching Battlin Bears football, brought to you by Urk Hotel, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, the Bulldogs take the opening possession of the ball game. They go 75 yards in 4 minutes and 49 seconds. A 3-yard quarterback keeper by Michael Palandri. And the Berkeley extra point is good to give the 9th-ranked Bulldogs an early 7-0 lead. 9:16 to go here in the opening quarter. 2025 homecoming game for your Battlin Bears. They'll have a second chance opportunity here. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Berkeley handled all of the kicking duties, and he puts a high end-over-end kick into the air. This one's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line and up across the 20 on the return. Return made by Eric Lira. And Lira will be brought down. They're going to spot it right at the 20. I believe, double check.
First and 10, Battlin Bears.
One of the few returns that we've seen so far.
Looks like they're going to put it down at the 22-yard line.
2, okay. Probably a return of 17 yards. And Battlin Bears with 9:12 to go. We'll start with it at their own 22-yard line. Again, Luke Holcomb working out of the gun at quarterback. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. And it's going to be a handoff, and Ping's got some running room. Ping across the 30, Ping up across the 40s. He runs out of bounds on the left sideline into the Rocky bench. Ping is going to be spotted out of bounds at the 43-yard line, a gain of 21 yards, and a Battlin Bear first down.
That was Ping's speed that got that extra yardage. He literally got to the outside very quickly. Rocky on the move here has it first and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Holcomb fakes the handoff. Holcomb looking deep over the middle. He's got one man that was closest to it was the defender, which was Connor Dunley, the intended receiver. I believe that was, let's see here, Jackson, or excuse me. That wasn't Gage, was it? Dave, who was the intended receiver? Did you see it?
I didn't catch the number. I apologize.
2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line. Battlin Bears looking to get in Bulldog territory. Handoff to Ping once again. He's trying to get past a couple of Bulldog defenders. He was chased from behind as well. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that is it. Tyler Walker was in on the stop for Western. Walker, a 6'1", 251-pound senior. Tyler Walker out of Dillon, Montana, a homegrown product. Played for Beaverhead County High School. It'll be 3rd and 10 from their own 43. Battlin Bears trailing 7-0 here in the opening quarter. 8:08 and counting. 2 receivers left side, 2 bunched up to the right. Holcomb, quick pass at a screen pass to Ping. Ping is stripped up initially at the 43. Gets across the 45 to the 46-yard line. First completion for Holcomb this afternoon. And that will go for 3 yards, but the Battlin Bears will have to punt it away.
That time, Rocky able to move the ball a bit with that one good running play, but good job by the Bulldog defense that time, again, to bring a 4 and out, and looks like Rocky's going to have to kick it away.
And here to handle the punting duties is Mr. Legg, and he has a good bounce at the 19. It goes inside the 10, down inside the 5. It's going to be down at the 1-yard line. Great roll for Jordan Legg. Goes all the way down to the 1, and it's going to be a long field for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that time Legg had a benefit of the fact the ball, which is not a round ball and can do some weird things, and that time it took a bounce along the sidelines, and the Bulldogs they were going to let it run out of bounds, and it bounced right back in, and it started to roll towards the end zone. And Rocky, of course, circled the wagons around the ball and touched it down at the 1-yard line.
So 3 receivers right side working out of his own end zone is the senior quarterback Michael Palandri, who had the quarterback keeper for 3 yards out on the opening drive. It's a 7-0 ball game. Quick pass complete, and that is to John Kirkley. Kirkley and Norris have been the only 2 targets so far this afternoon. That pass Going to be spotted down at the 9, so gain of 8. And I've got Michael Palandri, who was 28 of 34 for last 2 weeks ago for 379 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's 5 of 8 passing for 55 yards so far on the afternoon. 2nd down and 2 from their own 9-yard line. They started deep in their own end zone, and Palandri on the keeper after he faked the handoff. He's caught in the backfield. He's going to get up to the line of scrimmage, but finally bringing him down is Mason Browning, the senior. Gets to Palandri at the line of scrimmage. It'll be, now they're going to say a gain of 1 on the spot down. That might be generous. Palandri 2 rushes for 4 yards, but he did a good job of not being brought down for a sack. About 4 yards deep. 3rd down and 1 from the 10. 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Palandri hands it off. No, it's going to be a keeper. Palandri hops over the top of a player, and it's going to be spotted down at the 12. That should be enough for 2 yards and a 1st down. And it is. So it'll bring up a fresh set of downs on the 5th 1st down of the afternoon for the Battlin Bears. Excuse me, for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers to the left side. Landry drops back. Landry under pressure gets away. Now trying to get away. And a pass complete to Norris at the 25. Landry doing a nice job keeping the play alive with his feet. And then he finds Norris up at the 25 for a 12-yard pass completion. They're going to spot at the 26, make it 13 on the pass completion.
The Rocky defense that time in the backfield, but they just can't quite seem to seal the deal on
Tim Gray,
rushing the quarterback.
6'3", 280-pound sophomore filling in. He nearly got to Palandri, but couldn't bring him in. 1st and 10 from the 26. Handoff to Humphrey. And Humphrey is going to be brought down that time around for a loss of a yard. Nice job by the Battlin Bears. Get on the stop that time around. Jalen St. Teal. Loss of a yard. 2nd down 11 from the 25. Bulldogs on their 2nd drive of the afternoon. They lead 7-0, 4:08 and counting here in the 1st quarter. 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Quick pass, and that one might have been deflected at the line of scrimmage. I think I got a hand on it there. It falls well short of the intended receiver. I think Jamal Jaber might have gotten a hand on it.
This will be a big 3rd down play for the Rocky defense if they can hold here. Force a punting situation. They're down by 7 with 4 minutes and 1 second to go in the 1st quarter.
Here's the 7th play of this drive that started deep in their own territory at the 1 for the Bulldogs. Trips left side, 1 receiver right side. Palandri working out of the shotgun. He's got Humphrey on his hip. Fakes the handoff. Pass out to Norris. Behind the line of scrimmage. Norris following a blocker. Norris trying to get up to that 1st down marker. He's going to be brought down at the, I'm going to say he stepped out of bounds at the 34.
About a yard short, maybe 2 yards.
Gain of 9 yards, but they needed 11.
Montana Western.
So the Battlin Bears force a punt. And Trey Smith back to receive the punt. Here's the high punt by Malcolm Berkeley. And fair catch made at the 15-yard line. So the Battlin Bears will get the ball for the 3rd time. Got an immediate timeout. We'll take one as well. But before we do, Dave, tell us about Urk Hotel.
The Rocky Mountain College has partnered with Urk Hotels for all of the 25-26 streaming season based in Missoula, Montana. Urk Hotels is managing and developing lodging properties in the Northwest region for more than 30 years now. And with their partners and investors, they have developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho. And they currently manage over 900 guest rooms, 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Urk Hotels, they are dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. So big thank you to Urk Hotels for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics.
3:17 left in the first quarter, 7-0 our score. Bulldogs on top of the Battlin Bears. You are watching Battlin Bear football, brought to you by Urk Hotels, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Battlin Bears will have it at their own 15 after the fair catch by Trey Smith. Third possession of the afternoon for the Battlin Bears, and they got two tight ends on the right side, two receivers left side. Handoff goes to Ping. Ping gets the line of scrimmage, and he is pushed backwards. Good job by that front seven for the Bulldogs. And they will give about a half yard to Ping on his third carry of the afternoon. He had that scamper for 21 yards, the first down on the previous drive, and then they got 3 and out after that.
Yeah, he used his speed on the outside for that long gain. They're having a bit of a problem inside.
Ball the right hash mark. Rocky going left to right towards the north end zone in their home greens with the gold numbers. Pass complete, and it's going to be a push out of bounds at about the 18-yard line. Tyler Abbott on the catch for his first catch of the afternoon. And they'll pick up 3 yards. That'll bring up third down and about 5 yards to go for the first down. Ball is spotted on the 20. They need to get to the 25. Trips left side in a triangle formation. Got a tight end on the right. Pass left side complete to Lyra. Lyra tiptoeing, tried to stay in bounds. The defender made initial contact at the 25. Lyra was able to stay in until he got out of the 27-yard line, but it's only good for 2 yards.
Enough for a first down, though.
Enough for the first down. That's what they needed. Excuse me, it went from the 20 to the 27. Looking at things incorrectly. So, second first down of the afternoon for the Battlin Bears. First and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Minute 45 and counting here in the first. Two receivers right side. Quick pass to Lyra. Completed at the 32. Lyra. Oh, man, he almost got away as he made the turn upfield. And at the last minute stop made by Braden Mounts. Otherwise, nobody else would have gotten to him. Lyra able to get up to the 39. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Have to call that a touchdown-saving tackle, Kyle, because
so.
If he would have got free, he was down the sidelines with nobody in front of him.
Back-to-back first downs on consecutive plays for the Battlin Bears. Two receivers on the left, one right side. Holcomb out of the gun. He's got Ping in the backfield. Handoff to Ping. Ping's got some room. Up across the 40, across midfield. Ping down the right sideline is going to be pushed out of bounds.
The Battlin Bears.
Connor Dudley got to him enough to push him out of bounds at the 34-yard line. That'll be a gain of 27 yards and a Battlin Bear first down.
That play has worked well twice for the Bears. Once it didn't work, but that time the Bulldogs failed to seal the edge, and Ping has the speed. Once he gets to the outside, he's tough to stop.
That'll be first and 10 from the 34. Handoff this time around goes to Adams on his first carry of the afternoon, and Adams goes left side, gets a hard spot 2 yards on his 12th carry of the season. Tough Adams, the 6 foot, 215-pound sophomore out of Helena, played for Helena Capital High School. Brock Ping has had the most carries so far today. He's the redshirt junior out of Billings Central, played at Shadron State before transferring to Rocky. 2nd and 8 from the Bulldog 32-yard line. Rocky looking for the first points of the afternoon. Two receivers left side, tight end right side. We've got whistles. And we've got timeout.
That's the end of the first
Nope,
quarter.
end of the first quarter.
Timeout on the field.
It is a timeout because of the end of the first. And after the first 15 minutes of play, UM Western on top of Rocky 7-0. We'll take a timeout. Come back for the second quarter. You're watching Battlin Bears football, brought to you by Herb Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Three-yard quarterback keeper by Michael Plandry on the opening possession for the Bulldogs is the difference in this bowl game. We've got 2nd down and 8 from the 32 as Rocky's going toward the south end zone now. Holcomb, pass complete at the 17-yard line. Out of bounds is Haskin inside the 15. He's going to be spotted down at the 12. That'll be good for 20 yards on a first down.
That time, the Bulldogs defense, respecting Haskin's speed, held back, and that allowed him to make a good gain. Another first and 10. Battlin Bears in the red zone.
1st and 10 from the 12. Second play of the second quarter. Pass into the end zone. Wide open is Lara. He hauls it in from 12 yards out for a Battlin Bear touchdown.
Beat the defense that time on the route. Lara had about a 2-step advantage into the end zone, and well-played pass, good for 6, and Rocky cuts the Bulldog lead to 1, 7-6, and extra point pending.
Good answer for the Battlin Bears as they go 85 yards on that drive. It only took them, double check, I believe 9 plays. Austin Drake on to attempt the extra point. Tyler Anderson, they hold the kick on its way, and it is good. 14:43 here in the second quarter of play. We've got a brand new ball game, 7 apiece between the Bulldogs and the Battlin Bears. You're watching Battlin Bears football presented by Herb Hotel, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Jordan Lake to kick it off. As back to receive, Eli Norris and Seth Shook. Excuse me, Eli Norris is the only one deep. Norris standing back just outside his own goal line is going to take it at the 1. He'll return it. And Norris following blockers, found some hole. He's up across the 30. Norris still on his feet. He gets inside the man at the 40. Norris is going to be taken out of bounds up near midfield on the Rocky sideline. They're going to say actually is stopped at the 49. That'll be a return of 48 yards.
And a good return. Nice blocking that time by the Bulldogs. Set up the wall to the left and allowed a good run back on that. Gave the Bulldogs excellent field position. I was thinking during the break that Rocky's score was set up by a good punt. by Jordan Legg that put the ball at the 1 yard line and gave Rocky a chance to force a 4 and out. Now they're giving back good field position to the Bulldogs.
They start with it 14:23 left in the first half of play at their own 49-yard line. Quick pass complete here on the right side, and that was to Lammers, who kept his footing, gets inside the first down marker, and he's taken out of bounds at the 39-yard line. That'll be a gain of 12 yards and a first down.
Result of the play is going to be a 1st and 10 Bulldogs.
I've got Landry 8 of 12 passing now for 89 yards through the air. He threw for 379 yards 2 weeks ago at home versus the Lights of MSU Northern. And off to Lammers. Lammers got a hole. Lammers inside the 25. Lammers brought down at the 22-yard line. That's a rush of 17, and Lammers has his first down of the afternoon.
Bulldogs wasted no time in putting some yards up on the scoreboard here with some good running plays, a good pass play, and they got a 1st and 10 deep in Bears territory.
2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Lammers on the right hip of Mr. Palandri. And off for Lammers again, this time on the delay. And initial stop made for the Battlin Bears by one of the big linemen. That was Jeremy Fleming Jr., the defensive end, who is getting playing time today. He's out of Arlington, Washington. Lammers going to be brought down at the 20. We'll call it a gain of 2.
Bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Fourth play of the drive coming up. It started on their own 49. After a great return by Eli Norris, just shy of midfield. 3 receivers left side, and there's a catch made, but a big hit at the line of scrimmage. Sean Tutty making the stop after the reception made by Matt Here, and Here's going to feel that one for a bit.
Yeah, the receiver, tight end, never got a chance to put up any kind of a head of steam. It was a good hit by Rocky, but ball's going to be down after about a 2-yard gain. It's 3rd and about 8 yards to go for the first down.
Sean Teddy came in with 7 solo tackles and 11 assists, including 2 tackles for loss. He gets that one for no gain there. It's 3rd down and 8 from the 20-yard line. Palandri making some room with his legs as he gets down inside the 10. Nice job there by Palandri on the keeper. He gets all the way down to the 7-yard line, a gain of 13. And once again, the Bulldogs knocking on the door.
1st and goal for Montana Western.
9th first down of the afternoon for the Bulldogs.
Rocky defensive line coach is going to have some work cut out for him as he tries to correct the situation along the front line. He has allowed a lot of ability for the quarterback to run out of the pocket.
Going to be a handoff, and Norris nowhere to go that time around as big stop for the Battlin Bears. Getting into the backfield, Jordan Lotson Davis, the defensive tackle out of Orlando, Florida, played for Bishop Moore Catholic High School, and he's going to be credited with a tackle for loss of, let's see here, back at the 13. That was a 6-yard loss.
Yeah, you get the ball in the backfield, look up, and there's that big tight end, Lutson Davis, right in front of you. You decide, wait a minute, maybe I should go the other direction. By that time, he was going to be down for the tackle.
So 2nd and goal from the 13. Time for Palandri. He's pressured from behind. The catch is made. No, they're going to say it's incomplete. The intended receiver went down on a knee. I thought Seth Shook was able to come up with it, but it must have bounced.
3rd down and goal.
Pass was low, and the referee had a better angle than we did. It looked like it was completed in the end zone, but it goes as an incomplete pass, brings up 3rd and 13.
Eighth play of the drive. coming up. Norris goes in motion. Two receivers right to the left. Palandri out of the gun. Palandri looking right side. Palandri looking to the end zone. That's too high over the outstretched arms of the intended receiver, Shook. And the Battlin Bear defense hold after a 1st and goal from the 7.
Palandri again had all the time in the world on that pass play. His offensive line really protecting him up front. And it looks like the Bulldogs are going to try for a field goal.
McLean Berkeley is 1 for 2 on the year. He's made one from 37 yards out. This looks to be a 30-yard attempt from in between the hash marks. Here's the snap. It's low in the hole. The kick is on its way. Plenty of leg that time around, and it is good. 10-11 to go in the second quarter of play.
That has to be a good defensive stand for Rocky as they allowed the Bulldogs deep into their territory and were able to hold, force a field goal. So they under a touchdown lead for the Bulldogs, 10-7 our score with 10 minutes, 11 seconds to go. We want to thank our game day sponsor for Battlin Bears football this weekend, Black Hills Federal Credit Union. Will be honored at halftime with a game ball, courtesy of the folks here at Rocky Mountain College. And a quick mention to Irk Hotels, of course. Irk Hotels, again, our big media streaming sponsor. Irk Hotels based in Missoula, Montana, managing and developing properties in the Northwest region for over 30 years. They actually develop properties in Montana, Washington, and Idaho, and currently have some 900 guest rooms, 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Irk Hotels, they are dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality, and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. So thank you, Irk Hotels, for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics.
Well, Dave, you got to, as you mentioned, credit the Battlin Bear defense for stiffening up there on 1st and goal from the 7. Of course, that initial loss for 6 yards on the big tackle by Latson Davis made a big factor there.
Yeah, pushed him back, made it 3rd and 13, and Rocky able to hold, force a 4th down situation. Bulldogs with the successful field goal will kick off from their own 35-yard line. Rocky with 10 minutes on the clock in the second quarter. We'll let the Rocky offense go to work here and see if they can take the lead.
Berkeley again will kick it off. That's more deeper punt that goes back through the back of the end zone on the kickoff there by McLean Berkeley. So the Battlin Bears will start with it at their own 25, down by 3 here in homecoming 2025. They've got 10 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the first half of play. And the drive by the Battlin Bears on this last possession was a good one. It went 8 plays in 85 yards and only took 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Let's see what they can do on their 4th possession of the afternoon. 2 receivers split out to the left. Asking it in the slot. Here's the pass. It's complete to Lear, slanting across the field left to right. Lear made the catch at the 30. He gets ahead to the 32-yard line.
Run down by number 29, A.J. Ulrich. Pickup of about 7 on the play. We'll bring him a
Pickup of 7 yards on the play for Lyra. And Holcomb, after going incomplete on his first 3 passes, Dave, he's now 7 for 7 on his last 7 attempts. 2nd down and 3. Holcomb. And that one might have been touched at the line there. Intended for Lear right at the first down marker, but it falls well short as the pebbles from the turf spray up after the ball hit the turf.
Big 3rd down play for Rocky. They need to get up to the 35-yard line to keep from forcing another punting situation.
3rd and 3 from their own 32-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Going to be a handoff and nowhere to go for Tough Adams. He is actually going to be stopped for a loss. He's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line for a loss of 2.
play was designed to go off left tackle that time, and that was blown up by the nose tackle for the Bulldogs as he blew the line up in the middle and actually dipped in there and made the tackle for no gain on the play. Brings up 4th down, about 5 yards to go for the first down, and Rocky will punt the ball away.
So the Battlin Bears not able to get anything done on their 4th possession of the afternoon. Leg with a good kick. It's going to bounce out of bounds right at the 39-yard marker. Western will start there. This is their 4th possession of the contest. They lead 10-7 with 8:49 to go here in the opening half. Western ranked 9th in this week's NAIA Coaches Top 25 poll. They were idle last weekend. They played at home 2 weekends ago against the Lights of MSU Northern, blowing them out 52-0. They lost in week 1 action against Tech, which is the opponent that Rocky had last weekend up in Butte. Rocky lost by a score of 34-23. It's going to be a keeper by Palandri. Palandri will be hit hard as he gets up to the 43. His momentum carries him up to the 45 for a gain of 6. Sean Putty in on the stop.
Quarterback draw that time for Palandri as he went off left tackle. And again, he had a big hole in the middle.
2 receivers on the left side, 1 to the right. Ball in between the hash marks at their Bulldog 45-yard line on 2nd and 4. Receiver splits from left to right now. Handoff here on the right side. I believe that was Humphrey with the carry. Humphrey's going to get close to the first down mark and actually gets a yard pass. Good for 5 yards and a first down. That is the 10th first down by my count for the Bulldogs this afternoon. Two receivers to the right side. Norris goes in motion. He's going to now line up offset slot. Quick pass out to Norris, and that was about a half yard behind him as he was pivoting. Sean Teddy was right there on defense, ready to apply the hit that wasn't required.
Now the pass thrown behind the receiver. As you said, I think had that ball been caught, it would have been a tackle immediately.
Moments.
That's one of those ones where as a wide receiver, you're glad you missed the pass.
Yep.
Got to take it.
McPhee split out wide to the left. Norris in the slot. He goes in motion now, coming to the right-hand side. Cooks lined up wide right. Landry out of the gun. Landry looking out of the backfield, and Humphrey not able to hold on to it. It was a designed screen pass there, and he just could not bring it in.
That pass thrown sidearm by Palandri. Not sure why he was so low. It almost looked like that pitcher in the major leagues that throws almost underhanded.
There was a little bit of pressure there from Jordan Latson Davis and Tim Gray, but not enough to where I thought he had to hurry the pass. And actually, it was a decent pass, just Humphrey couldn't bring it in. So, 3rd and 10 from the midfield line. Trips left side, and we got a whistle. And we got a timeout called by the Bulldogs. 7:19 to go in the first half of play. Bulldogs on top of Rocky Mountain College 10-7. We'll take a timeout. You are watching Battlin Bear football, brought to you by Aero Hotel, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. We come back from the timeout. 3rd and 10 from the midfield line. 7:19 to go in the opening half. Bulldogs with the ball, leading 10-7 over the Battlin Bears. Trips left side. Landry out of the gun. Humphrey in the backfield with him. Pass is complete at the 39-yard line of Rocky. Nice catch made by John Kirkley. He knew where he needed to be for the first down marker. The defense brings him back a yard as Mason Browning stops him at the 40, but it's still good for 10 yards and a first down.
He had the first down when he caught the ball.
By a yard.
Well, but he took a step back, and they still gave him the forward progress. That was kind of interesting call by the referees.
Well, he was got a catch at the 39, so that's why they were able to give him the yard. 2 receivers left side, 2 to the right. We got a motion, and the slot receiver, Kirkley, was a little too anxious to get that play underway.
Offense, number 81, 5-yard penalty.
Dave, that's actually the first penalty called on either side this afternoon. Coming into this game, Western had 14 penalties for 127 yards. Rocky had 13 for 124 yards. But it is the first one of the contest. Clock continues to run down. 6:25 in the second quarter. 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Landry out of the gun. Handoff goes to Humphrey. Humphrey going up across the line of scrimmage, turning the legs. He gets it down to the 41-yard line for a gain of 4 on his 5th carry of the afternoon.
Almost able to get the 5 yards back, about a yard short. It'll be 2nd down, 11 yards to go with 5:57 and counting on the clock in the half.
Braxton Fulton in on the stop for the Battlin Bears that time around. Again, trips left side. Ball about 2 yards inside the right hash mark. Landry out of the gun, and the receiver made the catch, but as he tried to plant his feet in the turf to make forward progress, he goes down Rico Figueroa.
Kind of got tangled up in his own legs that time. Not able to run much at all once he made the catch. Big 3rd down play for Rocky. 3rd and 8 from the 38.
Trips right side this time around. Humphrey goes into motion. Humphrey, the pass behind him, and the official signaling as though that was a lateral pass.
They're looking at it as a lateral pass, but
It was covered up.
They're going to say
by
that
Landry,
Rocky.
yeah. And that one, I think that's a good call by both the umpire and the linesman. They were right there looking, and that ball was behind Humphrey, and he falls on it. It'll be a loss of 4 yards.
So it brings up 4th and long, and looks like the Bulldogs going to have to punt it away. 4:23 to go in the half. 4th and 14.
And that one's going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. And so the Battlin Bears will take it at their own 20 for their 5th possession of the afternoon, trailing 10-7. Well, the defense for the Battlin Bears, Dave, has stiffened up here in the last few possessions.
They did get the advantage of that first penalty of the game to put 5 yards on the first down situation for the Bulldogs. So let's see if the Bears can move the ball here with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the half. Plenty of time on the clock for Luke Holcomb and company to try to see if they can get a chance to try to maybe take the lead here.
2 receivers split out either side. Holcomb out of the gun. Holcomb deep down the right sideline, and the receiver is tripped up. So that's going to be a pass interference. Multiple flags coming in. Darius Haskin tripped up as he got past the 45 by the cornerback, and that'll be the second penalty.
Defense, number 14, 15-yard penalty, first down.
15 yards and an automatic first down as the 2 players there got tangled up, and the referee deemed that stopped the receiver from getting to the ball, which it was a catchable pass.
Brady Mounts, the cornerback there, a redshirt senior out of Bozeman High School. 1st and 10 for the Rocky 35. Handoff and ripped down by his jersey is Brock Ping as he got to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. And I was trying to see who grabbed the handful of green jersey. It was Keepa Sakalia, the 5'11", 325-pound senior. Out of Lahaina, Hawaii. His full name is Ho'okipa Sakalia. There's a pass over the middle intended for Pink, and it's incomplete.
Don't know if that pass was tipped at the line of scrimmage. It sure didn't look like it was very accurate. And so that brings up a big 3rd and 10. And the Bulldog fans on the near sidelines encouraging their defense to hold here.
Yeah, the defense was calling for the crowd to bring up the noise a little bit, as still with his hand raised out there is Keegan Buffett. And we're going to have a timeout called by the Battlin Bears.
Rocky Mountain College.
Buffett.
That's their first charge.
First timeout for the Battlin Bears with 3:22 left in the first half. Good time for us to talk a little bit about Herb Hotel.
Well, Herb Hotels, again, is our main streaming sponsor here for Battlin Bears Athletics for the 25-26 streaming season. Of course, Herb Hotels is based out of Missoula, Montana. They've been managing and developing lodging properties in the Northwest region for over 30 years. With their partners and investors, they've developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho. They currently manage 900 guest rooms, 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Herb Hotels, they are dedicated to serving their people and properties and inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. So thank you, Herb Hotels, for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics.
Well, the weather app said it was 77 degrees and sunny at game time with winds out of the southwest at 6, but the flag across the field there is barely moving at all. We're not feeling a breeze up here as well. 3rd down and 10 for the Battlin Bears after their first time out of the half. Looking to keep this drive alive. They're down 10-7 to the 9th-ranked Bulldogs. Strip receivers right side. Holcomb out of the gun after double clap, takes a snap, rolls to his right. Holcomb coming back to receive it at the 48-yard line is Haskin, and he will fall back ahead. They're going to spot him out of bounds at the 48-yard line, a gain of 13 and a first down.
And that time, Rocky used a deep pattern to push the defenders back for the Bulldogs, and then the pass was intentionally passed under the receiver, and he came back for it, made the catch on the sidelines, able to tiptoe ahead. And so Rocky continues the drive with 2:46 to go in the half, 1st and 10.
Nice job by Darius Haskin, the redshirt freshman out of Buckeye, coming back to get that ball for the first down. And a handoff to Ping, and Ping nowhere to go that time around. Tyler Walker said, hello, how do you do? A loss of 3.
I wonder if he plays in the NFR. He'd be a good Bulldogger.
Bulldogger?
Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, he was right there.
Well, Mr. Walker is 6'1", 251 pounds. Clock down to the 2-minute warning now, so that'll give us a time to stop the clock. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Battlin Bears football presented by Herb Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Back here with 2 minutes to go in the half. Battlin Bears trailing here in their 2025 homecoming game 10-7 to the 9th-ranked Montana Western Bulldogs. Dave, some scores from around the frontier up in Helena. The Fighting Saints lead the Blue Hawks of Dickinson State 21-0 with 3:58 to go in the second quarter. From the Division I ranks, MSU Bobcats leading Mercyhurst 10-0 on a 22-yard field goal with 12:06 left in the second. Second and 13 from the 45. Bears looking to take a lead before they go to the locker room. Two receivers left side. Holcomb got pressure. Holcomb gets away. Now he'll throw it down the right sideline, and that one will go out of bounds. The safety over there was backpedaling. Thought he might have a play, Keegan Mufich, but it goes incomplete. Nice job by Holcomb to get away and just throw it out of bounds. He would be brought down for a loss. Stops the clock as well with 1:52 left.
Big third down play again with 1:52 left on the clock for the half. Rocky needs to get the ball up to about the 42-yard line.
This, Dave, is only the 6th play of the drive. Two receivers split out either side. Holcomb. Pass is caught. Wow, nice job as the catch was made by, was it Lyra? No. Catch was made by Dylan Flats, and he had a defender draped on him. We're going to spot him at the 47-yard line. So no gain. We've got a timeout call.
They'll bring it fourth down.
I'll just keep it right here.
11 yards to go. You were doing the scores. Did you have any other scores to
looking
report?
to see Montana Tech and Southern Oregon are kicking off at 2 p.m., so we'll try and get some scores from that the second half. And that's the only other scores I see at the moment. I was looking to see, pull up, if I can get the NAIA website to cooperate with me. We're having an internet issue. Let's see here.
Funny situation for the Battlin Bears. They'll have to kick it away with 1:43 left in the first half of play. So Bulldogs took the timeout. Fair catch is called for.
Lake puts it down as the fair catch made at the 18-yard line by Norse. Trying to get the scoreboard pull up. It finally does pull up, but you can't sort it by conference, which would be really handy. At their own 18-yard line with 1:39 left in the half. Bulldogs get it for their 5th possession. Remember, they won the toss, elected to defer, so they will start with the ball to begin the second half. There's a little design pass on the flat right side, and Norris, I think we're going to have a horse collar call here. Is Norris a little slow after getting up, making the catch?
Personal foul.
Face mask, excuse me. Well, they have the referee's mic turned up, so we get a little feedback from the public address system as he tells us about the face mask penalty. And so that is a first down off of the penalty. It'll move the Bulldogs up to the 33-yard line. Two receivers, check that. Three receivers left side. Palandri rolling away from the defenders. Catch is made at the 35. Nice throw on the run by Palandri. Kirkley makes the catch at the 35. We got a false start, though, on the other side. This one's coming back. The head linesman had thrown the flag. Illegal formation.
5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
That's why it didn't get called before the snap.
Well, they had confusion out there. The wide receivers up on the top of the screen on the left-hand side were kind of moving back and forth, and I think that
Didn't get
a
set.
couple of them got caught in the backfield and add up the numbers. Too many men in the backfield equals a 5-yard penalty.
Down to 19 on the play clock. Under a minute to go on the game clock. 1st and 15 from their own 28-yard line. Blandry. Pump fakes. Blandry looking right. Blandry over the middle. Passes high and hit as he was trying to make the catch was the intended receiver, Norris, and Sean Tutty did a great job getting there right as the ball was coming in. It was high, so Norris had to jump up for it, but with Tutty applying the defensive pressure there, Tutty made sure Norris couldn't come down with it.
He had a couple of chances.
He bobbled it a couple
A
times.
little bit of a volleyball situation there for a couple of seconds.
So it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 28-yard line. And we got a pass on ahead. It's complete at the 40-yard line to Kirkley. That's a gain of 12 yards, but they needed 15. Third down and 3 from the 40-yard line. Under 30 seconds to go. Handoff to Humphrey. Humphrey's got the first down and more. Humphrey across midfield. Humphrey's going to be brought down from behind by James Mozone III. But Humphrey goes from his own 40 to the Rocky 46, a gain of 14 yards and a first down. 13th first down of the afternoon for the Bulldogs. Great catch by Kirkley along the left sideline. He's able to haul it in and then fall out of bounds at the 34, a gain of 10 and another first down.
Western still has one timeout. They're trying to save it, I think. They're trying to get into field goal range at this point, I think. You got time for maybe one or two more plays.
7 seconds to go on the game clock. Down to 15 on the play clock. Pips right side, one to the left. Ball the left hash mark. 1st and 10 from the Rocky 34. Bulldogs with the ball, leading by 3. Quick pass. It is complete. Middle of the field to the 30, and the timeout is called as they did exactly what you thought they did. Would Dave? The pass to Kirkley. He falls down at the 29-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 5 yards. And it'll be a long field goal attempt forthcoming for McLean Berkeley. Berkeley hit a 30-yard field goal earlier in this game.
This will be about 50 yards, Kyle.
Yeah, his longest this year is 37. As he has had 2 opportunities from, well, 3 now, between the 30 and 39-yard distance. And he is 2 for 3 on the year. But this will be his longest one. And actually, the way it's going to set up, I would venture to say it'll be a 46-yard field goal attempt. We're actually going to spot him at the
47-yard field goal.
47-yard field goal attempt. And we got a timeout called by Rocky, trying to ice the kicker. No wind to speak of, so that's not going to be a factor. It's a nice afternoon.
Both teams have a timeout left, so I wouldn't be surprised if Rocky calls a second timeout here.
Trying to recall if in the NAIA you can call back-to-back timeouts in this situation. You can't in the NFL. Well, it's been an entertaining first half. Battlin Bears offense got going on their third possession, put together a sustaining 8-play drive, 85 yards. But since then, they've had to punch it away again twice. And the defense has stiffened up a couple times to prevent.
Maybe I'll ask Siri.
Okay.
Hey, Siri, can you call back-to-back timeouts in the NAIA?
4 seconds left on the clock. Here's the 47-yard field goal attempt from in between. It's right in the middle of the field. Move pitch to hole. Here's the snap. The hole. The kick is on its way, and it is good. And Dave, that would have been good from about 57 yards. A very nice job by McLean Berkeley on a 47-yard field goal to make it 13-7. That would be our score at the end of the first half of play. Montana Western on top of Rocky Mountain College. As we go to the locker room, we'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll have our first half stats. You are watching Battlin Bears football, presented by Urk Hotels, streaming on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel.
Setting a school record.
We're back here
Ladies
at
and gentlemen, let's give a round
halftime
of
with the
applause for the accomplishments
2025
of our
homecoming
Battlin
game.
Bears
Your
men's
Battlin
and
Bears
women's
trail the
golf team.
Bulldogs
Led
of
by Meek
Montana
and
Western
Katie.
by a score of 13-7, and we're joined for our halftime interview by Sports Information Director of the Year, Brandon Stinson. First of all, Brandon, congratulations. We haven't had a chance to talk about your award on air. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
How did you find out about that, and what were your first thoughts about it?
Well, it's a little anticlimactic because I got an email, but it's really special. The sports information, athletic communications world, it's very behind the scenes, and that's the way I like it. I don't want to be in the middle of everything that's going on, but it's really rewarding to be recognized by my peers for the work I put in. This is a job that takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time, and to get something like that at the end of the year, it's gratifying, it's humbling to receive that recognition.
Well, it's well deserved. You do a fantastic job here behind the scenes, as you mentioned. But most people probably wouldn't know unless they're like, "Oh, where's Brandon? He's here. He's there. He's everywhere."
Or if I mess something up, then they'll know who I
Then
am.
they'll know who you are. And of course, it's not just football that you do things for, but you have all the rest of the fall sports that you take care of. Which
Yes, sir.
We've got a lot going on.
Yep. Yeah. Busy homecoming weekend this weekend. Started with a pair of volleyball games and then a pair of soccer games yesterday afternoon, and then wrap it up here with the football game. So been a busy week, but it's been a fun week on campus. A lot of people around, a lot of people coming back, alumni. I've gotten to see some faces that have departed and come back in my time here at Rocky. So it's always a fun weekend.
So, do people end up reaching out to you on homecoming weekend to get information, or what?
Yeah. I'm generally the beacon of information a lot of times. So I've gotten to talk to some people that I haven't heard from in a while, and be able to get as many people in here in our gym and our soccer field as we can. And we've had great crowds, a lot of involvement. It's been a lot of fun.
Trying to remember, how many years now is this for you at Rock?
This is my 4th year.
Yeah,
here.
that's right. I had my head, but I was like, is that right?
Yep.
What's been the biggest change that you've seen here in your first 4 years?
Gosh, I don't know. I think it's been more of a personal change that as I've been here longer, I've been more comfortable, and it's been more rewarding to be here as I've gotten more comfortable, that I get to interact with our student athletes. I get to know them as people. I've had people that have graduated that interned for me or work study for me that have gone on to do some great things. I've shout out Donovan Clinton, football player here, graduated a couple years ago, is working for Fox Sports now down in LA.
Wow, okay.
He did a whole bunch of media content for me. So things like that, super rewarding, super valuable, that at this point now, 4 years in, I'm getting to see people from their freshman year onto their senior year. So it's been really fun, really rewarding.
So I know you're at a smaller school, so you probably wear multiple hats. I mean, most people think sports information director, and they're thinking, game notes, stats, all that, but there's a lot of other things that you do besides that.
Yeah. I'm everywhere from, the website, the social media, the photography, the ticketing, the writing scripts for you guys and getting you all the right information for your games. So yeah, it's wearing a lot of hats, and I think that's a really unique part of working in small college athletics. I'm going to have a lot under my hat. I've already had so many experiences that I'm going to be able to carry with me that, if I were to be in the same position at a bigger school, I would have never got the opportunity to do something like some of the things like I've done here.
And of course, we found out here this last week, as they made the announcement, we have a change coming with the athletic director. As
Yes.
Neiman is going elsewhere.
Yes, super happy for him. He deserves the world. He's made such a positive impact at Rocky Mountain College. We're excited for him and his family, and looking forward to what's next.
So based on what you just said a little bit ago about you'd rather be behind the scenes, I'm anticipating you're probably not going to put your name in for the athletic director?
Not today.
Okay.
Not today.
Well, as we continue on here with the rest of the fall, how soon is it before we get basketball into it?
A lot earlier this year.
Yeah.
With the new Frontier Conference, the conference schedule starts early. We have our first home games first weekend in November. So we actually get a football basketball combo weekend, which will be a lot of fun. And then we start conference right away. So schedule breaks up a little bit, but men's team's taking on Walla Walla on Sunday, November 2nd. Girls get to kick off their season November 3rd with Bushnell. So both home games will both be fun games, and you know, selfishly, I wish basketball would wait a little bit so I could finish getting fall wrapped up. But I have a soft spot for basketball, so I'm always excited to have them
That's
start.
understandable. And of course, you know, with only one home game in October, maybe a little bit of respite for you.
Yeah,
for
I might get
football,
to sleep in my own bed for a while longer and spend a little less time in my office, but that's the fun part. This is the fun part of the year. If I'm not having fun in the busy times, then I shouldn't be here.
Well, Brandon, we appreciate all the work that you do and appreciate you joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate it.
All right, Brandon Stinson, our sports information director for the Battlin Bears. We will take a timeout. When we come back, we'll look at the halftime stats. It's 13-7 our score. Battlin Bears trailing the Bulldogs. You are watching Battlin Bears football, presented by Herb Klindt Field, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Back here, homecoming 2025 for your Battlin Bears. They trail the Bulldogs of Montana Western at the half, 13-7. Taking a look at the scoring in the first half. Battlin Bears got the ball to start the game as the Bulldogs won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. Rocky started their own 25 and went on a 3-and-out. And on the ensuing drive, the Bulldogs marched down the field 75 yards in 4 minutes and 49 seconds. It took them 11 plays. They scored on a 3-yard quarterback keeper by Michael Palandri. And the McLean Berkeley point after attempt was good to give Western a 7-0 lead with 9:16 left in the first quarter. Rocky on the ensuing drive got a quick first down on a 21-yard scamper by Brock Ping and then went 3-and-out after that run. And they gave the ball back over to Western with 7:17 left, but that was deep in Western's territory as the great punt by Legg that rolled down all the way to the 1. Western was able to get a couple of first downs, but then they had to punt it away and give it back to Rocky with 3:17 left in the first. And at the end of the first quarter, it was a 7-0 Bulldog lead. Rocky's drive that spanned the quarters was their scoring drive as they went 8 plays, 85 yards in 3 minutes and 44 seconds. It was a 12-yard touchdown pass from Mr. Luke Holcomb to Eric Lira. Austin Drake's point after attempt was good, and the Battlin Bears got it within 3, 10-7, with 10-11 to go in the first half of play. On the ensuing drive, Bulldogs again, couple first downs, but was forced to punt as the offsides penalty, the illegal formation penalty prevented a first down, moving it back 5 yards, and Rocky's defense stiffened up. Rocky got it back and could only go 3-and-out, and that gave it back to the Bulldogs with 1:39 left, and the Bulldogs able to march down the field, and they got a 47-yard field goal, his longest of the season for McLean Berkeley, as time expired to give them the 13-7 lead at the half. Dave, your thoughts on this first half?
Well, it looked like the Bulldogs were going to dominate the ball game, but we've got a good ball game here as both teams have scored a touchdown, and the difference is the 2 field goals by the Bulldogs in the ball game. One scored as time ran out in the first half after a drive downfield, and as you said, a long field goal that everybody was kind of scratching their head does he have that kind of distance? And he actually could have made that from 50 yards out.
Easily.
He has a good leg, and if you're the Western coach, you're taking a look at that, and you're kind of scratching your head now, saying, do we have something we need to explore here a little bit more going down the season? Because having a good field goal kicker can be the difference in having a good team and not having that good a team. If you're any football team out there in this day and age, we saw what the Dallas Cowboys are doing with their field goal kicker. Everybody's talking about him being the multi-million-dollar guy down there in Dallas right now. But question is, does Rocky have a field goal kicker that can match that? Again, untested so far in this ball game. They have yet to attempt a field goal. But second half is coming up. I think that we could see some good play in the second half. Rocky needs to shore up the interior line. They allowed way too much room for the quarterback, Landry, to move in and out of the pocket, gain yardage on passing situations, which you don't want to allow. You've got to keep your front defensive line in place and not allow those big runs by the opposer's quarterback. So my take on the ball game, we got a good second half coming up here. Less than a touchdown separates these two teams. It's homecoming for Rocky. They do not like being in this situation going into the second half, but you got to hand it to their defense. They have definitely shut down the Bulldogs for the most part in the first half of the ball game. Hence, halftime score at 13-7. We got about 6 minutes to go at halftime here.
Taking a look at the team statistics in the first half for the Bulldogs, they had 139 yards through the air and 77 on the ground. So quick mental math says 216 total yards of offense in the first half for the Bulldogs. For the Battlin Bears, they had 128 yards of total offense, 80 through the air, and 48 on the ground. Individually, let's give it to you. For Michael Blandry, the quarterback for the Bulldogs, he went 14 of 23 for the 139 yards through the air. And for Rocky Mountain College, Luke Holcomb, who got the start this afternoon, 9 of 15 for 80 yards in the first half and a touchdown. Of course, the 12-yard touchdown pass to Eric Lear right at the beginning of the second quarter. The only points for the Battlin Bears this afternoon. Receiving wise for the Bears, Eric Lear, 4 receptions for 38 yards and the TD to Darius Haskins, 2 catches for 33 yards. Mr. Abbott, 1 catch for 4. Brock Ping has 1 for 3, and Dylan Flatt has 1 catch for 2 yards. For Western, receivers wise, their leading receiver is Eli Norris, 6 receptions for 69 yards. John Kirkley has 4 receptions for 35 yards. Rico Figueroa has 2 catches for 23 yards. And then Aiden Lammers, 1 catch for 12. And Mr. Here has 1 catch for no gain there in the first quarter. As far as rushing wise, Jacob Humphrey, leading rusher for the Bulldogs. He's got 7 rushes for 39 yards. Longest was for 26. Michael Landry, the quarterback, as Dave mentioned, he scampered a couple times, 5 attempts for 26 yards, so 5.2 yards per carry, and the rushing touchdown. That was the first points of the afternoon. Aiden Lamers has 3 rushes for 16 yards, and then Eric Norris, they tried 1 for a loss of 6. Meanwhile, for the Battlin Bears on the ground, Brock Pink, 7 attempts for 48 yards, and Tough Adams has 2 for 2 yards of offense. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout. When we come back, we'll be ready for the third quarter play. It's homecoming 2025 here at Herb Klindt Field. The Rocky Mountain College Battlin Bears playing host to the Montana Western Bulldogs. Bulldogs lead the Battlin Bears 13-7 here at the halftime break. You're watching Battlin Bears football presented by Urk Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Back here getting set for the second half of the Rocky Mountain College Homecoming 2025 football game. Battlin Bears trailing 13-7 to the 9th-ranked Bulldogs of Montana Western. Dave, a couple of their scores from around the Frontier Conference. College of Idaho leads MSU Northern late in the third quarter, 38-9. And let's see here. Who is this? Oh, that's Chris' score. We don't need to give the score. That's not Frontier. Montana Tech leads Southern Oregon 7-0 midway through the first quarter in that contest. And Carroll College. Well, let's see, Daniel Shepard from the Independent Record looking for his other update. It is 25-0, Carroll on top of Dickinson State. Here's the kickoff by Leg. That one will go into the end zone for a touchback, as it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 25 for Montana Western. We are ready to get underway with the second half of play. And I had incorrectly said earlier that the game was in Helena. That game was actually at Dickinson this afternoon. Nice stadium over at Dickinson State. So the offense for the Bulldogs take the field for the first time in the second half. They had 216 yards of offense in that first half of play. Handoff goes to Humphrey. Humphrey trying to go off left guard, and Humphrey got to the line of scrimmage, was hit, and then finally brought down at the 27 for a gain of 2.
Had Dylan Crispin blocking in front of him, but a good job by the Rocky defense, allowing only a couple of yards. It'll be second down. Looks like 9 yards to go for the first down.
Tackle made for the Battlin Bears by Nathan Beard. Second down and 8 from the 27-yard line. 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Break the handoff to Humphrey. Landry looking right. Now he's going to scamper back to the left. He's got a man to beat. He gets past him at the 30, gets across the 35. First down yardage gained by Palandry. Finally brought down once again by Beard.
Tackle made by number 44, Mason Browning.
Mason Browning also in on the stop, but that is good for 10 yards and a first down.
One of the statistics that Bulldogs would be worth totaling up is how many yards they have made with the quarterback coming out of the pocket.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's probably up around 30, 40 yards now of offense.
1st and 10 from the 37-yard line. Fake the handoff to Humphrey. Landry dropping the pass. He's hit as he throws it, but it's complete at the Rocky 45 to Norris, and Eli is going to be gang tackled by 3 Bear defenders. Browning is in there along with Beard, and also on the stop was Dylan Dinas. But that goes 19 yards, and that is the first down through the air for UM Western. It's their 16th first down of the game. Trips right side. Big tight end goes in motion. That's Matt here. Lines up on the right side. Handoff goes to Humphrey. Humphrey following those blockers on the right side. He gets down inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line for a gain of 6. Jordan Latson Davis. And Dinas in on the stop for the Battlin Bears. Second down and 4 for the Bulldogs. They're back in Rocky territory. 12.5 minutes left in the third quarter of play. Bulldogs leading by 6. They have led throughout the contest. Got a 3-yard quarterback keeper in the first quarter. Then 2 field goals from McLean Berkeley. Pass too hot for Eli Norris. Norris was defended by Trey Smith. Also in the backfield there or in the secondary was Landon Cannell out of Liberty Lake, Washington, and Trey Smith out of Glendale, Arizona. 3rd down and 4 from the 38-yard line. Pass out too far in front of the intended receiver here on the left side, Rico Figueroa. And that's a good stop by the Battlin Bears. Question is, are they going to go for it?
But so far, they haven't sent out the
Bulldogs.
kicking team.
Yeah. We saw a 47-yard field goal attempt at the end of the half, but this one here would be about a 55-yard field goal attempt. And so they're going to go for it on 4th down. Splitting out wide to the right is Kirkley. Cook split out to the left. Norris in the slot right side, rolling out to his right. Palandri's got pressure. Down the field, coming back, turning around, trying to get to it, and they're going to say good defensive effort there. Norris was thinking there might have been pass interference. It falls incomplete, and Rocky turns over the Bulldogs on a loss of downs.
That time the quarterback flushed out of the pocket, but Rocky did have a couple of defenders zeroing in on him, so I think he probably threw it a bit before he wanted to. And because of that, the ball thrown a little bit into a mix of green and white jerseys and falls incomplete. So Rocky takes over 1st and 10, working from their own 38-yard line.
Only 128 yards of offense in the first half of the Battlin Bears, but they're only down by 6. This is their first possession of the second half. 2 receivers left. Holcomb, quick pass is complete on the left flat to Eric Lira up to the 43-yard line for a gain of 5.
Again, that was designed by Rocky to give what the defense gives you as the defenders played back off of the wide receivers.
2nd down, and they're going to spot it. 2nd down and 5. Handoff. Tough Adams got the first down and more as he barrels his way over the midfield line and is brought down at the 47. That'll be a gain of 10 yards and a first down. Tough Adams' longest rush of the afternoon, his 3rd of the contest. And the first down of the second half for the Battlin Bears. Into Bulldog territory. 2 receivers, both in tandem, split out either side. Holcomb, little fake. Holcomb, deep pass, wide open is Haskin. He will go in, put 47 yards out. The Battlin Bears have got it tied up with the extra point pending to take the lead.
That time, Rocky Mountain College wide receiver basically had about a 5-yard jump on his defender. There was nobody near him. All he had to do was catch that ball and brought into the end zone for the touch. And Rocky looking like they're going to try to take the lead with this extra point.
Austin Drake on to attempt the extra point. Evan Rowan to hold. The snap, the hold, the kick is on its way, and it is good. The Battlin Bears have taken a 14-13 lead with 10:53 left in the 3rd quarter of play. A 47-yard touchdown pass from Luke Holcomb to Darius Haskin. Haskin's 2nd receiving touchdown of the year gives Rocky their first lead of the afternoon. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Battlin Bear football presented by Eric Hotels, brought to you streaming on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, Dave, that's what you need. It's a 3-play, 62-yard drive. Takes only a minute and 12 seconds. Battlin Bears take their first lead of the afternoon on a 47-yard strike from Luke Holcomb to Darius Haskin. Drake's point after attempt is good. Rocky has their first lead of the afternoon.
I always want to look back a couple of plays, and this was that 4th down play by the Bulldogs where they went for it at the 38-yard line, didn't make it. Rocky took over the ball and had some pretty good field position, and then the Bears able to capitalize with the touchdown.
Jordan Legg on to kick things off as he tees it up from the 35. Booming end-over-end kick. That's going to go through and lands 8 yards deep into the end zone and rolls out the back for the touchback. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 25 for Western. They now trail for the first time in this contest.
And it's been single plays by the Battlin Bears. Now it's up to the Bears defense. If they can stiffen up here and force a 3 and out, they'll have the momentum definitely going into the second half.
Darius Haskins' first touchdown reception, Dave, went for 75 yards. And this one for 47, 1st and 10 from the 25. Pass complete to Shook at the 29. He shakes a defender, gets past Trey Smith, and he's finally pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Good yardage after the catch by Shook. Good for 12 yards and a first down.
That time, Rocky's defenders gave Shook that 10 yards. The short pass was complete for first down.
1st and 10 from their 37-yard line. Handoff goes to the big back, Aiden Lammers, and Lammers gets up ahead to the 39 for a hard-fought 2. Mason Browning on the stop for the Battlin Bears. 2nd and 8 from their own 39, forthcoming for the 9th-ranked Montana Western Bulldogs. They were off last weekend. Both these teams lost to Tech earlier in the season. Of course, 2 weeks ago, big win at home for the Bulldogs over the Lights. And we've got one flag that came in from the umpire, and then the other one came in from the head linesman, and this is going to be against the Bulldogs, I believe.
This is almost like, did the two umpires looked at each other? Did I really see that?
What I saw?
Well, did you see that? I saw that. Well, let's throw the flag. It was delayed reaction there. There was movement along the front line.
False start going to be called. The 4th penalty of the afternoon against the Bulldogs. Rocky only had 1 penalty in the first half for 15 yards on face mask personal foul. And for the Bulldogs, they only had a false start, a pass interference, and illegal formation in the first half. So this now the 4th penalty for a total of 30 yards, penalty yards against the Bulldogs. Will make it 2nd and 13 from their own 32. Bulldogs going towards the south end zone. And they wind the play clock, 25 on the play clock. 2 receivers left side, 2 receivers right side. Michael Palandri takes a 3-step drop. Palandri over the middle. Catch is made by Kirkley at the 40. Wow, they spotted him an extra yard there as he made the catch at the 43. The head linesman and the side judge come up to the 44. Good for 10.
Yeah, he caught that in the air, and of course, then you basically got to make an airdrop decision if you're the linesman.
Yes, I agree. I just have the advantage because I'm sitting right on the 44-yard line and saw where he made the catch at the 43. There it goes. Nevertheless, 3rd down and 3 from the 44. 9 minutes to go in the 3rd. Bulldogs trailing for the first time in the afternoon, 14-13. After Rocky got a touchdown, a 47-yard strike, fake the handoff. Palandri, he's got the first down and more. Palandri come over the near side, and he did not slide. He said, I'll take him on, and goes on the 3rd, able to make the stop on him, but Palandri gets into Rocky territory at the 48. That'll be good for 8 yards and a first down. by my count, the 18th first down of the afternoon for the Bulldogs. The official stats, live stat page says 19th. That was fairly close, but not quite. Clock continuing to wind here in the third. Back into Rocky territory. Fake the pitch out. Palandri, plenty of time. He throws it deep. It's going to be caught in stride by the big tight end, Matt here. And here's momentum. Takes him down to the 18-yard line. A gain of 30 yards and a first down. That was a nice pass. A nice catch by the big man in stride.
Yeah, you look at him out there in relationship to the other linesmen for the Bulldogs, he could be an offensive lineman. He's got that kind of size to him.
1st and 10 from the 18. Pass in the backfield to Norris, and they do blow that one complete. Scooping it up quickly was the Battlin Bears' Jalen Stainteal, as he thought maybe he might have a chance for a return for 6, but they did blow that one dead.
Just enough of a forward pass to make it incomplete. Brings up 2nd down from the 18-yard line.
Fifth play of the drive coming up. Clock stop after the incomplete pass. 7:27 left in the third. Bulldogs 2nd and 10 from the Rocky 18. They trail 14-13. Fake the handoff. Palandri going to try and run it. Palandri is going to be caught. Maybe for a yard on the keeper. That was delayed. Good job there by the front 7 for the Battlin Bears. I believe in on the stop for the Bears that time around was Braxton Fulton and Mason Browning.
No targets for the Bulldogs that time. Palandri this time not able to make anything flushed out of the pocket. Brings up a big 3rd down play for the Bulldogs.
3rd down and 9 from the Rocky 17. 6:48 left in the third quarter. Michael Palandri from the shotgun on his left hip. Humphrey pass on the backfield to Humphrey, who was wide open, and he will step on into the end zone from 17 yards out. And the Bulldogs have retaken the lead. 19-14 with the extra point pending. Wow, nobody there on the back out of the backfield.
Bears had 2 defenders out there, but they both took the inside receiver and left him wide open on the outside for an easy 6.
Berkeley on to attempt the extra point. Snap the hole. Kick's on its way. That one's going to reach close to the actual scoreboard as the got some youngsters out there on the hill on the south side awaiting the point after attempt to chase after the field goal. 20-14. Montana Western retakes the lead. 6:38 left in the third. We'll be back in a moment. You are watching Battlin Bear football presented by Eric Hotels, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Dave, that last drive for the Bulldogs, 75 yards, 7 plays, 4 minutes and 15 seconds. A 17-yard touchdown pass from Michael Palandri to Jacob Humphrey. I was trying to look. Yeah, Humphrey, that's his first reception of the year. First touchdown through the air, of course. For Michael Palandri, that's his 8th passing touchdown on the season. As that kickoff will run through the south end zone, and Battlin Bears will have it at their own 25, trailing by 6. 6:38 left in the third. Well, Dave, they answered back last time around. Can they do it again?
We're getting close to the 50.
We got a shootout here now. 20-14 our score. 6:38 to go third quarter. Rocky able to take the lead, lost it now, and they're going to send their offense back out on the field, led by the senior quarterback, Luke Holcomb, who works from the shotgun pretty much.
Yeah, he pretty much has the entire game. Holcomb has Brock Ping behind him. Holcomb will hand it off to Ping. Ping trying to follow his blockers there on the left side. Gets it to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard. Unofficially, Ping's 7th carry for 48 yards on the afternoon.
Walker on the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Eric Lira coming out wide right. Haskin in the slot right side. And now lining up on the right side as well is Battlin Bears tight end, Tyler Abbott. Pass, boy, that one not able to hold on to. Pass intended for Haskin. Haskin was sandwiched between two defenders, and the one Bulldog defender, Romeo Simpson, almost held on for the interception, but he could not. Fortunate turn of events there, and Haskin none the worse for wear besides being sandwiched between two defenders. The Bulldog fans down below us are making some noise as they're trying to help their team get a 3-and-out on the second possession for Rocky here in the second half. 3rd and 9 from the Rocky 26, tripped right side. Pass complete on the 30-yard line, on ahead, close to the first down marker, but they're going to say at the 34, so it'll be a gain of 8 on the reception by Flatt. Dylan Flatt with the reception. It'll be 4th and 1. They needed 9. They got 8. So they'll have to punt it away. Now, Dave, in the Sunday night game between Minnesota and Atlanta, opening possession, but the Vikings decided to go for it about this same distance in the same territory. They didn't turn it over. They turned it over on the loss of down. So I think Coach Stutz is wise, and we got whistle. Boy, delay a game on the offense, so that'll move it backwards 5 yards. So no chance at a fake this time. Coach Stutz will probably have a discussion with the special teams about that. It's not a situation.
You think he's actually going to go for it?
No, but I think that he would be upset with the 5-yard delay of game. That's going to be a catch made at the 32 by Norris. Norris will get it across the 35 to the 38-yard line, a return of 6.
Brought down by number 47, Tucker Stein.
On the stop for the Battlin Bears. Special teams coverage by Tucker Sides, the 6'2", 200-pound freshman out of Casper, Wyoming, played for Natrona County. Bulldogs get it back. With 4:55 left in the third. Starting this time around at their own 38-yard line. It's actually their third best field position to start a drive. They started their own 49 on their first field goal drive, and then they started at the 39 late in the second quarter. Pass complete to Norris. Norris hopped up. Norris found some room. Norris runs into his own blocker at the 37 and gets stopped at the 35. Otherwise, he probably has at least 10 extra yards.
Or a touchdown. Definitely a lot of empty space out in front of him. As
27-yard reception for Eli Norris, the junior out of Dillon. Another first down for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the Rocky 35-yard line. Carry straight ahead, and nice job breaking through for Jacob Humphrey. And Humphrey gets to the left sideline. He goes out of bounds at the 13. That'll be a scamper for 22 yards and another first down.
Ball's going to be placed on the 13-yard line. Battlin Bears.
First and 10 from the Rocky 13. This drive started at their own 38. Trips right side. Palandri hands it off to Lammers. Lammers trying to go right side. Lammers is going to get to the 11-yard line for a gain of 2.
Run down by number 99, Tim Gray.
Tim Gray on the stop for the Battlin Bears. Aiden Lammers, a redshirt freshman out of Shepherd, Montana. They don't have height and weight for the Bulldogs, but I venture to guess he's got to be sporting about 250, maybe 255.
Yeah, he played on the line for the Mustangs.
For the Mustangs. 2nd and 8 from the 11. Palandri looking to the end zone, and it gets past Sean Teddy into the arms of Eli Norse for a touchdown for the Bulldogs. "11-yard strike. The second passing touchdown of the quarter for Michael Palandri. And the Bulldogs have taken a 2-score lead with the extra point pending. Make it a full 2 touchdown and points after attempt. And they're actually going to go for 2. Here's going to be a keeper by Palandri, and he will high step it into the end zone on the left side of the line for the 2-point conversion. It is 28-14. Bulldogs on top of the Battlin Bears with 2:57 left in the third. A timeout will be taken here. You're watching Battlin Bears football presented by Herb Hotels, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, Dave, that touchdown drive for the Bulldogs only took 5 plays, 62 yards, and 1 minute and 58 seconds. The kickoff by Berkeley goes into the end zone for a touchback. Battlin Bears were forced to go 3 and out on the previous possession. Need to answer back here, down now by 2 touchdowns.
09258.
Yeah, their most effective offense has been through the air, of course, and at quarterback, Luke Holcomb, the senior, has the most experience out there at the quarterback position for the Battlin Bears. Will be working from the shotgun.
From their own 25-yard line, Luke Holcomb, 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Now on the backfield is Tough Adams. The screen pass to him. He's got some blockers. Adams up to the 30 in a hurry. He is brought down at the 32-yard line for a gain of 7.
Run down by number 22,
Brought down by Reese Stanish.
We'll bring up a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 from the 32. Battlin Bears, no huddle offense. Coming in motion here to the right side is Dylan Flatt. He lines up in the slot right side. Haskin to his right. 2 receivers left side as well. Quick pass out to Haskin. Haskin, little curl. Haskin's got some room across the 40. Haskin's still on his feet. Haskin across midfield. Finally brought down at the 48-yard line. Great job by Darius Haskin after the catch. 20-yard reception and a first down, Battlin Bears.
Elusive running by Haskins that time, counting for another 15 to 20 yards on the carry. puts the Bears in Bulldog territory for the first time in this half.
1st and 10 from the Bulldog 48. Handoff goes to Adams. Adams thought about going between right guard and tackle. Then he went between the guard and center, and he gets down to the 46 for 2. His 4th carry of the afternoon.
Hard-fought yardage that time for the Battlin Bears. It'll be 2nd down, about 8 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 46-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Haskin lines up at the hash mark right side. Receivers on the left side are in a pretty tight formation. Got flat behind Haskin as well. Pressure immediately rolling out to his left. Holcomb. Holcomb airs it out down the field. Haskin has to come back to try and make the catch. He can't do it, falling to the turf at the 11. And that one, Holcomb floated it just a little too much.
Yeah.
Haskin was going to come back again in time.
Well, Haskins, I think he thought it was going to be a direct pass to him, which if it had been more of a direct pass, he had about a 2-yard jump on his defender. But as he came back, he couldn't get back to the ball in time. It brings up 3rd and long. Ball back at the 46-yard line.
63 seconds left in the third. Rocky, 3rd and 8 from the 46-yard line. Pass over the middle. Oh, just beyond Eric Lira's left hand. He reached out. He did get the left hand on it, but he could not haul it in one-handed. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Rocky's going to have to punt it away.
That was a little bit of mustard on that pass from Luke Holcomb.
And some ketchup. And some relish.
Jordan Legg on to punt it away again. This will be his 6th punt of the afternoon. High spiraling punts. Going to bounce, and Rocky's special teams cannot get to it before it goes into the end zone for the touchback.
Montana Western.
Western will start with it at their own 20. 52 seconds left in the third. They now lead 28-14 after back-to-back touchdowns here in the third quarter. That was after Rocky had taken their first lead of the afternoon on a 47-yard touchdown pass from Holcomb to Haskin. And it's back-to-back scores by the Bulldogs on a 17-yard pass from Palandri to Humphrey, and then an 11-yard pass from Palandri to Eli Norse. 1st and 10 from the 20. Were you blessing or just shooing away the beat?
Shooing away.
Okay.
Shooing away.
2 receivers left side, Norse in the slot. Palandri out of the gun, looking over the middle. He's got some time. Now he's going to float it over to Lammers. Lammers catches at the 20. Lammers gets ahead to the 26-yard line, a gain of 6 yards. The reception by the big running back.
Pickup of about 5 on the play. We'll bring up a 2nd down and 5. Bulldogs.
They're going to spot it back at the 25, a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 from their own 25. Trips left side. Palandri hands it off to Lammers. He cut left, then cuts back right side. He gets up to the 30, and that's where he needs to go for the first down. And the head linesman said, yes, it's time to move the chains. First down for the Bulldogs. And we've got the end of the third quarter of play here at Herb Klindt Field. Bulldogs, the 9th-ranked team in the NAIA this week. They lead the Battlin Bears of Rocky Mountain College 28-14. We'll take a timeout, come back for the fourth quarter of play. You are watching Battlin Bears football presented by Urk Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, Rocky took their first lead of the afternoon on a 47-yard touchdown pass from Luke Holcomb to Darius Haskin, but then the Bulldog football team scored on 2 consecutive possessions to take a 28-14 lead, and here is a big carry by Lammers up across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Was that that was a pass. That is good
Sean Cuddy on the tackle
for
the Battlin Bears. Enough for first down, Bulldogs.
12 yards on first down.
I think in this fourth quarter of play, the Bulldogs probably going to be pretty much on the ground here. Again, using the clock as much as they can.
Pass complete on the left-hand side to Norris, and Norris finds some running room, gets across the midfield line to the 48-yard line. That's a gain of 10 and a first down. And Coach Norris says, well, Dave, I disagree with you. We'll pass it on consecutive plays. That's why I was chuckling.
Must be watching our broadcast on his iPad or something. Well, they think I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to do that.
First and 10 from the Rocky 48-yard line. On the left hash mark, hand off to Lammers. Lammers following lead blocker, gets a hard-fought yard.
Carried by number 37, Ace Lammers. Tackle by number 48, Nathan Beard.
Nathan Beard on the stop for the Battlin Bears.
Will be second down at 9, Bulldogs.
Two receivers, check that. 3 receivers right side. Quick pass out here, complete to Kirkley. Kirkley makes the catch and then gets an extra 5 yards after the reception. Gets it down to the 43-yard line for a gain of 4.
A little slow in getting up there.
Second down and 4 for the Battlin Bears.
Got whistles as they are going to attend to Kirkley. As Dave mentioned, a little slow getting up after being stopped on the play.
Timeout on the field. Media. Timeout.
We'll take one as well. Dave, you want to tell us a little bit more about Urk Hotels, please?
Well, Urk Hotels is located in Missoula, Montana. Of course, they are our partner for the 25-26 streaming season, as they were last year and again this year. They develop lodging properties in the Northwest region for over 30 years now, and their partners and investors have developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho. And currently, they manage some 900 guest rooms, 22,000 square feet of conference space. Remember, at Urk Hotels, they're dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. Thank you, Urk Hotels, for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics.
Good to see Kirkley get out under his own power.
For their energy, dedication, and spirit.
After the immediate timeout,
Come on, folks, give it
Rocky defenders come back on the field. They trail by 14 with 12:50 to go here in regulation. 3rd and 5 from the Rocky 43-yard line. North goes in motion from left to right. He's the slot receiver right side now. Fake the handoff to Humphrey. Rolling out to his right. Blandry pass right at the sideline. Good job there. Catch made by Norris at the 35. He's coming back for it, so he's going to be marked out of bounds at the 36. A gain of 7 and another first down for the Bulldogs. Norris is really good about knowing where he needs to be for that first down. This is the 4th first down already of this drive for the Bulldogs. Receivers bunched up on the right side. Fake the handoff to Humphrey. Pressure on Palandri. He's rolling out to his right. Palandri looking to the end zone and open for the touchdown. It is caught by Seth Shook. Shook was wide open because the defenders started coming back after the rollout, and nobody there to cover Shook. It's good from 36 yards out for a Bulldog touchdown.
So the Bulldogs pull out in front by 20 points. Extra point pending here with 11:56 to go in the ball game as Bulldogs have grabbed back the momentum here in this non-conference game against the Rocky Mountain College Battlin Bears.
The point after attempt good by McLean Berkeley to make it 35-14 Bulldogs. 11:56 left in the fourth quarter. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching Battlin Bears football, presented by Eric Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, Dave, that drive didn't take many plays, but it did take some time off the clock as Western been content to take as much time off the play clock between plays. Here's the kickoff by McLean. Does land a yard deep before it bounced back out, and that drew some ooze from down below us here as the Bulldog fans thought, oh, that was almost at the one because it rolled back towards the south end.
Well, remember, though, this year, I think anything near the end zone can be ruled a touchback.
No, what it is if it lands in the end zone, if it's fair caught outside the end zone, but it's inside the 25, then you get it after.
25, okay. Well, that one then could have been playable had it been a few yards shorter than what it was, but because it did land in the end zone, it comes out to the 25-yard line.
1st and 10, Battlin Bears, ball popped up in the air, and I thought we were going to have a catch by a lineman for a moment. It popped in and out of the hands of the intended receiver.
Closest man to it was number 76, Alex Hernandez.
Yeah.
Offensive lineman.
Thought the big man was going to have a catch, but it went off the hands of Tyler Abbott.
It would have been interesting. He had some running room in front of him. He'd have caught it cleanly.
2nd and 10. Luke Holcomb out of the gun, trips right side. Holcomb looking right, claps his hand, takes the snap. Holcomb, quick pass down the right sideline. Going to Haskin. Haskin, cannot haul it in. Haskin loses his helmet after the attempt. The defender that was closest to him, providing pretty good coverage, was Connor Dunley.
I think Haskins thought he could have caught that one. It was catchable. I mean, it was in the vicinity with a couple of defenders draped around him, but he has to leave for a play now because he lost his helmet.
Yeah, Rocky was looking for the big strike that time around. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 25. Dylan Flat goes in motion, comes left side, 2 receivers either side. Holcomb looking left, Holcomb looking over the middle. Holcomb got a man at the 35, right at the first down marker. That's Eric Leary. It's going to be enough for the first down. The fans here on the near side thought Leary was about a half yard short, which is why there were a few boos coming up. Battlin Bears get a first down. It's their third first down of the second half. 11:15 and counting. Battlin Bears down by 21. 2 receivers right side. Handoff straight ahead. Tough Adams gets the first down and more as he tiptoes around a couple of defenders, gets on ahead to the 48-yard line, a gain of 13. Jeff Adams' 5th carry of the afternoon. Got 5 carries for 25 yards. Battlin Bears move the chains again.
Quickly up to the line of scrimmage.
Trips left side. One receiver right. Holcomb out of the gun. Holcomb claps his hand, gets the snap. Holcomb looking over the middle. Ball batted in the air. Holcomb knocks it down because he knew there were going to be some white jerseys behind him.
He could have caught that
He
one,
could
but
have,
he would have
but he
been
wisely did not.
tackled for a loss on the play.
Ball's incomplete. Stops the clock with 10:39 left. Darius Haskins split out wide left this time around. Eric Lear coming in motion here. He'll set up in the slot left side. Got a tight end formation on the right side. Holcomb out of the slot. Holcomb out of the shotgun. Pass to Haskin. Haskin gets past 2 defenders. He is trying to get away from the second man, trying to wrap him up. He's going to be taken out at the 47-yard line. The stop was made by Romeo Simpson, but Simpson couldn't bring him down. Pick up a 5. Let's call it 4. It's 3rd down and 6. Ball into, and there is going to be an offside that time around, I'm pretty sure. Head linesman throwing the flag, and that it is. And that can be an offside called against Sione Posse. Posse's going to come over to the sideline now. Suddenly there it is.
Number 94.
Rocky gets a first down off the penalty.
Still 3rd down.
Oh, sorry, they needed 6 or 5.5.
5.5, yeah.
But they'll take it. And we got a timeout called by Rocky. We'll take one as well. 10:06 left in regulation. 35-14. Bulldogs on top of the Battlin Bears. Back in a moment. You're watching Battlin Bears football. Presented by Urk Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, during the Rocky timeout, the chain gang came out for an official measurement. It was a half-yard short. Once again, thanks to our Black Hills Federal Credit Union for being our game day sponsor. Here it is, 3rd down and about a half-yard to go for the first down. Just under 10 minutes to go here in the 4th. 2 receivers right side. Going to be a handoff to Ping. Ping trying to find. Ping going to the sideline, and where they spot him, it'll be the determining factor as to where they got the first down. They're going to say that he got just inside.
He got the ball down at the
It's going to be 4th down. Yeah.
3-yard line.
Spotted at the 43 for no gain. Ping at least did not get brought down for a loss. So 4th and a half yard is what they need. Rocky has not had a lot of success running it straight up the middle. 2 receivers left side. 1 split out to the right. Holcomb out of the gun. Clock stop with 9:47 left. Holcomb pass to the far sideline. Pass is not going to be caught by Eric Lira. It was too far off his right shoulder. It goes incomplete. That'll be a turnover on the loss of down.
Surprised they went for a long pass on 4th down and short.
But the running game has not, again, had a lot of success. They just tried to bring it to the outside here on the previous play, and we're not able to turn it upfield. So turnover the loss of downs by the Bulldog defense. They get the ball back over to the offense with 9:39 left in the 4th. They'll start with it at the 43-yard line for the Bulldogs. They lead by 21, the 9th-ranked team in the nation, showing why they are so with their second half outbursts. They led at the half 13-7. There's going to be a keeper by Palandri. He's going to be hit from behind by Tim Gray. He was caught on the front side, too, by, that was Daniel Dominguez. And it's going to be a gain of almost a yard for Palandri. But after Rocky took the lead, beginning of the third quarter on a 47-yard strike from Holcomb to Haskett, and the point after attempt by Drake made it 14-13. Back-to-back touchdowns. Landry passing to Jacob Humphrey, and then Landry to Eric Norse. And on the second touchdown, they went for 2 and converted to make it 28-14. That was our score at the end of 3. Here's a pass over the middle, complete to Eli Norse, up to the 49-yard line. That's good for 5 yards. And then they had their last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. 36-yard strike from Landry to Seth Shook. And it has been 21 unanswered points by the, excuse me, I should say 22 unanswered points by the Bulldogs here. Rocky took the lead. Landry looking over the middle, pass complete at the Rocky 49 and brought down at the Rocky 45 is Kirkley. Kirkley was stopped that time around by Landon Cornell. Cornell making the stop. But it's going to be good for 8 yards and a first down. And Dave, again, contrary to your advice, they have not kept it on the ground.
No, but they've kept it in between the sidelines.
Yes, they have.
They kept the clock running. That's
and
their main effort right now.
Already down to under 10 on the play clock. Here's a handoff to Humphrey this time around. Humphrey is going to be stopped as the first man getting to Humphrey was Latson Davis. He's going to be stopped after a gain of 3. Well, it appears that Western is going to improve to 2-1 on the year, and the Battlin Bears will fall to 0-3 unless something miraculous happens here in the last 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Western will be at home next weekend against Dickinson State, who was losing to Carroll earlier this afternoon, and then Rocky will be on the road versus Carroll next weekend. Here's the handoff again, and losing his footing. He's tripped up by Sean Teddy at the line of scrimmage, or about a yard deep. And the run there by Humphrey will get him to the 40 for a gain of 2. We got a man down on the field.
Starting to get in an area where the heat out there is beginning to affect the linemen.
Well, while we have a moment, Dave, would you tell us about what Urk Hotels does for us?
Well, they are our main sponsor for the streaming here at the YouTube channel. Urk Hotels is based out of Missoula, Montana. They've been managing and developing lodging properties in the northwestern region for better than 30 years now. With their partners and investors, they've developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho. They currently manage over 900 guest rooms and 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Urk Hotels, they're dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality, and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. So we say thank you to Urk Hotels for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics.
Good to see a young man for the Bulldogs get up and come off under his own power. That is, well, it's number 60 is the jerseys he's wearing, but we don't have a 60 on their suit-up roster here. So whoever it is, I'm glad to see that he is up and going.
I think that is number 65. I think there was a email earlier this week about a change in numbers. Do we have a 65 on our list?
That would be the case. That would, no, we do not. Third down and 5 from the 40. Bulldogs in control, leading 35-14. Norris comes in motion. He didn't really come set there before the ball was snapped, but they did not throw the flag. Pass here on the right side is incomplete to Shook. Dave, I only have 45 attempts on my stat sheet for passing. And that, by my stat sheet, is the 45th pass attempt of the afternoon for Michael Melandri. I've got him 31 of 45 for 337 yards. And 3 passing touchdowns.
Looks like they're going to punt the ball away. I thought maybe we'd see the field goal kicker out there try a. Well,
When you're up by 21, do you need to add another 3 points, I guess? Here's the high punt. It's going to go end over end and trying to bat it out of the end zone. Great job by special teams there. Brady Mounts, the redshirt senior out of Bozeman. He was hopped up into the air as he got in across the goal line and tried to bat it out of the end zone. Could not do so. So the Bears will get it at their 20. But they trail by 21 with 6:28 left in regulation. One more non-conference game next weekend against Carroll up in Helena. That's always a tough place to play. Then, got conference play coming. They start with the conference play on the road as well. Flat will come in motion, line up the slot left side, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Luke Holcomb out of the gun, claps his hands, claps his thigh pads. Throw here on the left side, too far out in front of Flat. Those incomplete.
Second down and 10, Battlin Bears.
2nd and 10, clock stop with 4 seconds off after that incomplete pass. Holcomb again out of the gun, 1 receiver left, trips right side. Holcomb takes a snap, hands it off to Adams. Adams coming around right side. Tough Adams got some running room. He's across the 30. Adams still on his, Adams on the blocker there. Adams down at the 32-yard line. They get a 12. A first down for the Battlin Bears.
That outside running play has worked well for the Bears today.
First down, Battlin Bears. Ball's going to be placed on the 32-yard line.
Battlin Bears pick up their 14th first down of the afternoon. Lufich in on the stop for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Holcomb. Excuse me, this is not Holcomb, Dave. This is a new quarterback out there for the Battlin Bears. This is Garrett Detheridge. And Detheridge is going to be brought down. Detheridge was not on our 2 deep. We knew that Trent Novak was battling some injuries after last week's game. Detheridge in at quarterback for this possession, and there's a handoff to Adams. Adams gets it up to the 35-yard line. That'll be a good for 8 yards on the carry.
Run down by number 5. Bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down and 7 for the first down. Detheridge takes the snap. Detheridge pass is intercepted. Interception made by Brady Mounts.
Gaskin was the intended receiver, but ball thrown behind him. And we have our first turnover of the ball game. An interception thrown by the new quarterback for the Bears.
INT by Brady Mounts, the redshirt senior out of Bozeman, Montana. And that gets the ball over to the Bulldogs at the 43-yard line, where they started the previous possession. 4:33 left in the 4th. Handoff, carrying it straight ahead. Is that Lammers? No. That is Gavin Vetter, who's getting his first carry of the afternoon. Vetter will pick up about 4 yards on the play.
Got an injured Bears player out there.
Stop the play for a moment here. We had some injuries on the defensive line that Coach had mentioned in the pregame interview with Jabari Madison out, Dakota Sage was out, John Aragon was out. But as he mentioned in the pregame interview, Dave, he said even last week they were having next man up mentality on the lines. And so he felt pretty good about the bench players being able to come in and make plays today. Rockies defense did a good job for the first 2.5 quarters, but they did not have answers on those 2 consecutive touchdown drives by the Bulldogs that gave them the lead back and kind of took the momentum away after Rocky had taken a 14-13 lead early on in the third. Rocky player is off and over on the sideline. 2nd and 6 from the 47-yard line. 4:06 left in this one. 2 receivers left. Tight end in motion. And this is Palandri still out on the field. Palandri ahead to the midfield line. They're going to spot him actually at the 49 for a gain of 3. And this is one of those things, Dave, where I don't know, maybe as a head coach, I might say, hey, maybe it's time to put Caden LaPonte in to round out the final 4 minutes of this contest. You don't want to see Palandri get into a injury situation. But
Well, I think Palandri is being real careful out there.
I agree.
He's taking a few yards and whatever they give him. Basically, at this point, taking all 3 downs to make the first down and keep working the clock down.
Down to 3 seconds on the play clock here. Palandri takes the snap. He'll hand it off to Vetter, and Vetter will not get forward progress that time around. He'll lose 2 yards on the carry. Tim Gray on the stop for the Battlin Bears. Tim Gray, at 6'3", 280-pound sophomore out of Crystal River, Florida. A ways away from home.
Wonder what the temperature is down there right now.
Probably about 80 degrees, 82, I'd say. But it's a little more humid than it is here. It was 77 degrees here at kickoff time at Herb Klindt Field, and we are up to 82. Whistle winds all the way down on the play clock. Delay game against the Bulldogs.
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And that even breaks the huddle on the sideline, and Landry is called for the delay game. That's what you get for wearing the QB.
They've got field position to the point where kicking the ball 5 yards deeper into your own territory isn't going to make that much difference at this point.
Clock continues to wind here down to 2:20 on the game clock. The seconds on the play clock and the game clock are about a half second off. We'll see down to the 2-minute warning at this point in time. Yep, there it hit. It still had a second left on the play clock as the game clock hit 2 minutes. So there should be no delay of game, and that's indeed the case. Media timeout. We'll take one final media timeout here with 2 minutes left. Bulldogs leading the Battlin Bears 35-14. You're watching Battlin Bears football, presented by Urk Hotels on the Battlin Bears Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. A little 90s hip hop with Jump Around on the public address system. McLean Berkeley will punt it away, standing back at his own 30, a high end over end punt. It's going to be taken by Trey Smith, and he will try and run it back. Smith trying to get some blockers. He gets around the right side across the 20, and he's going to be taken out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Or 23, I guess.
Ran about 60 yards to gain about 3.
He gained more than that. He caught it back at the 12, so gained of about
12.
That's about him at the 24, so gain of 13. A return of 13. 148. And do we have Deathridge back out on the field? No. Let's be. Where is it? Trying to make out the jersey number on our quarterback, but standing over there at the right hash mark. It is Deathridge. And the pass is complete. They're flat at the 30, and he'll get ahead to the 30. Yeah, actually, you say up to the 35-yard line.
He had about 5 to 7 yards from the nearest defender out there as the Bulldogs were in a zone defense and basically more of a prevent zone defense than anything else. They're going to give him 5 or 6 yards as long as they keep in bounds.
Battlin Bears get their 15th first down of the afternoon. Flat again on the pass completion up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
We'll bring up a second down and 5.
Deathridge. The 6'4", 215-pound junior out of Alameda, California, played for Los Medanos College before coming to Rocky. Going to be a keeper by Deathridge. He gets up midfield. He's met there by a defender in the secondary. Gets ahead to the 48, a gain of 12 yards by Deathridge.
And Deathridge did not slide. He went straight forward.
Bulldog territory at the 48-yard line.
And they're going to go quick on the no huddle. The snap, the pass on the left side here, trying to reach for it. Made the catch, and they're going to say he caught it. Eric Lira with the catch from the 48 down to the 30, an 18-yard pass completion. And Deathridge has made his last 3 attempts after throwing the pick on the last possession. And now we have timeout called by the Bulldogs.
Montana Western.
45 seconds left. First timeout of the second half. Sun's starting to shine into the booth now, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, and I didn't bring my cap, my Rocky cap.
Well, the Battlin Bears is going to fall to 0-3 on this 2025 campaign after taking on the Bulldogs here on homecoming day. Battlin Bears not able to answer back after 22 unanswered points from Montana Western here in the third and fourth quarters. And of course, these games are non-conference games, but you always want to be moving in the right direction with getting into that win column and getting healthy.
Those are the 2 factors. You want to stay healthy, first of all, and you want to get wins.
Of course, the way the Frontier Conference is set up now with 2 divisions, the winner of the East and the winner of the West divisions each get automatic bids into the NAIA postseason. Here it is, first and 10 from the 30. Keeper by Deathridge, and he gets to the line of scrimmage of maybe a yard. Garrett picks up a yard. It'll be second down and 9. Here's the snap. Pass on the right side. It's going to be complete to Abbott, and Abbott's going to go out of bounds. He's going to step out at the 22-yard line. Gain of 7. 4 consecutive completions for Garrett Deathridge. 3rd and 2 from the 22. Pass on the far sideline and making the catch. Does he go? Hold on inside. Yes, he does. Darius Haskin for the touchdown from 22 yards out. Wow.
One-handed catch by Askins. with a defender right on him.
First 6.
Darius Haskins has made some impressive catches so far in these first 3 games. 22-yard touchdown pass from Deathridge to Darius Haskins, his second touchdown of the game. Drake's point after attempt is good. 35-21, Battlin Bears back within 15 seconds left in this one. Back in a moment. You're watching Rocky Athletics football on the Battlin Bears Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Here is a high kick going to be taken at the 2-yard line, and then taking a knee at the 9 is the return man. I think it was Colt Cornwell. Return. It was. First and 10 from their own 10. Another spot at the 8.
Probably look to see the victory formation for the Bulldogs.
Yep, they will just have to take a knee with 12 seconds left. As they do line up in victory formation. Palandri under center for the first time this afternoon. He will take a knee, and that will round out this contest. Montana Western comes to Billings and comes away with a 35-21 victory over the Battlin Bears of Rocky Mountain College. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll recap the final statistics and tell you about what's up next for both of these teams. You are watching Battlin Bear football presented by Eric Hotels on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Welcome back one final time to Herb Klindt Field, site of homecoming 2025 for the Rocky Mountain College Battlin Bears. Bears fall this afternoon to the 9th-ranked Montana Western Bulldogs. The final score in this one, 35-21. And trying to get the iPad, who has now been sitting in the sun and is acting like it's a little overheated, trying to get it to pull up the live stats for us. Let's recap what happened here in the second half. Bulldogs were leading 13-7 at the end of the first half after a 47-yard field goal by McLean Berkeley As time expired, it gave the Bulldogs a 6-point lead. Bulldogs had the ball to start the second half, and they got a first down, but then ended up turning it over on a loss of downs. That gave Rocky the football back with 12:05 left in the third quarter. Rocky started with at their own 38-yard line after getting it on the loss of downs, and they took only a minute and 12 seconds to go, 62 yards and 3 plays. It was a 47-yard touchdown pass from Luke Holcomb to Darius Haskin. Drake's point after attempt was good, and Rocky had their first lead of the afternoon by a score of 14-13. But on the ensuing drive, the Bulldogs started at their own 25 after a kickoff into the end zone, and they would go 7 plays, 75 yards in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. It was a 17-yard touchdown pass from Michael Palandri to Jacob Humphrey. Berkeley's point after attempt was good. Western took the lead again, and it would be, as it turns out, for good, 20-14 with 6:38 left. On the ensuing drive, Rocky went 3 and out, and then Western, starting with it at their own 38, they would go 5 plays in a minute and 58 seconds, 62 yards for those 5 plays. They would score on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Palandri to Eli Norse, and they decided to go for 2. Palandri scores on a 2-point run to make it 28-14. That ended up being our score at the end of the third quarter of play. It was 28-14 in favor of Western. Rocky had given the ball back over right before the end of the third quarter, and Western, when starting at their own 20, only took 2 plays in the fourth quarter to finish out the 80-yard drive. They scored on a 36-yard touchdown pass from Palandri to Seth Shook. Berkeley's point after attempt was good to make it 35-14. And then Rocky on their final drive here with Garrett Deathridge in on his second possession where he was under the helmet quarterback. He ended up marching down the field. He had thrown an interception on the previous series, but then he came in and he ended up throwing 5 consecutive completions, including a 22-yard strike down the right sideline to Darius Haskin, who made a nice one-handed catch in the end zone, just inbounds for the touchdown. Drake's point after attempt made it our final score of 35-21. For the Battlin Bears, they had Luke Holcomb going 16 of 29 through the air for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns. Garrett Deathridge went 5 of 7 for touchdown and 63 yards through the air. Receiving wise, Darius Haskins, 6 receptions, 121 yards, and 2 receiving touchdowns. Eric Lear, 7 catches for 71 yards and a touchdown. Dylan Platt was 4 for 26. Taylor Abbott, 2 receptions, for 11 yards. Tuff Adams, 1 for 7, and Brock Ping, 1 for 3. Rushing game, Tuff Adams, the second half, ended up with 7 carries for 51 yards on the afternoon. Brock Ping, who had the bulk of the carries in the first half, he had 9 attempts for 49 yards, and then Garrett Deathridge had 3 carries for 13 yards here in the last 2 series of the contest. For the Bulldogs, Michael Palandri, 29 of 43 for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns this afternoon. Eli Norris, 12 receptions for 148 yards. He had 1 of the receiving touchdowns. Seth Shook caught 2 catches for 48 yards. He actually caught the last touchdown of the afternoon. And then Jacob Humphrey had 1 reception for 17 yards and a touchdown. John Kirkley, 7 catches for 55 yards. And Mr. Here had 3 catches for 42 yards. Aiden Lammers, 2 catches for 17 yards on the afternoon. Rushing wise, Jacob Humphrey, 12 attempts for 74 net yards. Michael Palandri, 10 for 50 and a rushing touchdown. That was the first touchdown of the afternoon back in the first quarter. That seems like a long time ago. Aiden Lammers had 7 carries for 28 yards. Gavin Vetter late in the game, 2 carries for 2 yards. And they did have 1 team rush for no gain. Eli Norris had 1 end-around attempt that went for -6. So, Dave, looking at it, 350 yards through the air and 148 yards on the ground for the Bulldogs, as they end up with almost 500 yards of offense on the afternoon. Rocky, 239 through the air, 108 on the ground, but the interception did not help as far as the comeback was concerned. And then the inability to stop Landry when he got loose on the ground, and then they had a couple of key moments where they did not have a receiver cover that went for 6 points.
Yeah, it was definitely the connection for the Bulldogs between your quarterback and his experience in this ball game sure came through. As you said, he was able to make yardage out of situations where he was flushed out of the pocket. That opened things up, and then a couple of plays where Rocky missed completely their defensive coverage of the wide receivers and allowed a couple of touchdowns for the Bulldogs, with nobody near the wide receiver when he caught the ball for the touchdown. So there's some things to work on defensive wise for Rocky head coach and his staff as they still continue to get ready for the season. They've still got one more non-conference game coming up, and that's going to be against Carroll College up in Helena, and that should be a interesting ball game for the Battlin Bears. They've stayed pretty healthy. Nobody's gotten any serious injuries in the key positions for Rocky, and that's one of the things that you notice in this ball game is Rocky did not leave their starters in there towards the end of the ball game. They put in some of the underclassmen to finish this one out, again giving them some experience and also saving any injuries that might have occurred to the frontline players. Luke Holcomb again was in there for much of the ball game as the starting quarterback for Rocky. Got the day off because they want to keep him healthy, get him ready for the conference season. So I'm sure the head coach for Rocky, looking down the road to that all-important conference opener here 2 weeks from now. Is it 2 weeks from now that they're going to open up?
Conference, yeah, they'll be on the road.
Next
week, as you mentioned, Carroll will be hosting the Battlin Bears. Carroll was leading big over Dickinson State earlier this afternoon over in Dickinson, so I'm assuming Carroll is coming away with that victory. And for Western, they'll be at home against Dickinson State next Saturday down in Dillon. And so the Bulldogs improved to 2-1 on the year. I imagine they will probably move up a couple of spots in the power poll this week after they came in ranked 9th this week. And with a very impressive 35-21 victory over the Battlin Bears, probably will move up to, I would say, 6th or 7th. Battlin Bears fall to 0-3 on the year. My thanks to Michael, our cameraman, and Savannah Davis, our producer engineer. For Dave Riley, I'm Kyle Riley saying so long from Herb Klindt Field. The final score in this one, Montana Western Bulldogs 35, Rocky Mountain College Battlin Bears 21. Have a great Saturday afternoon, everybody.